That's interesting. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2024 Sport of Iron 4 here at Sport of Iron in lovely Hudson Valley, New York, Kingston, New York. Excuse me, I didn't even announce myself. My name is Jan Dorio. I'm going to be one of your commentators today, and I am also here with Alex Sorta Lifts. If you don't know her, you probably should. So I am not up. I don't know why I'm up, but that's weird.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. So this is the 4th year of this meet, and we are proudly hosting it here at Sport of Iron. Matt Santiago and his crew, his lovely wife Dorothy, and everybody here. We've come and we've got a couple people that are actually looking to qualify for nationals, which is actually cool.
We have a big meet coming up for some people.
Yes. So we got our first person up here. It's Adita Chang. That is not me, so don't worry about that. I was in there doing some test data.
I don't think they quite called her out yet. I think she stepped out a little too early.
That's okay. Yeah, we can't really hear what the referees are saying up there, so if they say bar's loaded or not, I don't see a clock started, so that obviously means the bar is not loaded, but it actually is.
Yep. I do know there are a couple, particularly amongst the ladies, there are a couple new lifters, a couple first meets.
There we go.
There's a DT. Here she
Now
comes.
we got the bars loaded, command.
I'm always impressed when the squatters come out. No knee sleeves, no wrist straps, no belt, just their singlet themselves in the bar.
Raw.
Exactly. Ooh, she even paused that squat at the bottom a little bit.
Let's see what the referees have to say.
Let's see. We got 3 white lights. The DT's on the board. That's something we love to see.
So we're missing some stuff at the bottom of the screen here. I'm going to have to go in and take a look at that. I'm going to bounce out for a minute.
I don't think you're the person who's lifting.
That is not me.
That is not Jan. What we do have up next, it looks like on the board we have Maria. This is, I believe from chatting with Maria earlier, this is her very first meet. So all of y'all at home, make sure you give lots of round of applause. Opening with 100 kilos. Here she comes. She's got the A7 knee sleeves. Personally have those myself. Love them. Getting under the bar. Oh, she had her headphones on. Uh-oh. Good catch on Danny's part, making sure she's all set and ready for the platform. Here she comes with her opening squat. Again, 220 pounds. That's a nice opening squat, especially for a very first meet. There we go. She's got, that looked good on depth. Let's see what the refs have to say. Looks good from this view. Ooh, uh-oh. 2 red lights. I'm wondering if there was foot movement or anything like that. Up next, we have Francesca opening with 112.5 kilos. It's about 248 pounds. There we go. Jan fixed it. It's no longer Jan who is squatting. We now have the correct name up here.
Technology at its finest.
Oh, yes. Take a moment to give a big shout out to our spotters and loaders who are here getting the bar ready for all of our lifters, making sure that they stay safe, making sure that they can squat comfortably and confidently.
And literally everybody here. So we had to pull this meet out of our collective butts because obviously we didn't have enough people to come and make it a, I dare say, profitable, but we called in some favors, and basically everybody's here is working pro bono.
Oh, yes.
And simply because we wanted to make sure that those people that could potentially set a qualifying total for nationals get the opportunity. And that was way more important than anybody getting paid to work for like 3 hours. It's not that big of a deal. That was a good lift for, I didn't see your name. I apologize. So next up we got Kristen Mastery opening up with 270 pounds.
Looks like Christian's in the teens, so it looks like Christian's on the young side, 14 to 15 years old. That's freshman in high school. It's impressive to start powerlifting at that young.
I wish I found it.
That's, I always thought that too if I started lifting that young. And I don't think I would have stuck with it if I started as a teenager. I think starting in my 30s was the right route for me to go mentally.
I literally started at 39, and 15 years later, here I am. But I've been in the gym since I can remember, and it's I found gym and wrestling, and that's kind of where the work ethic. Obviously, now that I'm in my 50s, it's not so much an ethic, but just something to drag my butt out of bed to get in there and do it.
Yep. Hey, work ethic's work ethic. That's I always tell everyone. I'm a music teacher and a musician for a living, and all of that, for lack of a better term, practice and the ethic it comes to learn how to play an instrument at a high level helped get me to. I don't know if I would say I lift at a high level just yet, but I'm getting there. When I turn 40.
It's mindset. That's all it is mindset.
It is. We have Mariah coming up next. This is Mariah's first meet. She's got quite the crew out there cheering her on. Mariah's a lifter in Albany at ABC Iron. She's been working her butt off these past few months to get ready for this meet.
I think she's a novice, too. I think it's her first meet.
It is her very first meet, yep. Ooh, that was a nice opener for Mariah. Let's see what the refs have to say.
Lifts good.
3 white lights. Go
nice.
Mariah. Then we have Amanda. Amanda, who's on the Northeastern University, it looks like powerlifting team, where she's listed here as Northeastern University.
I'm assuming she's probably on the squad. I think that's
she's opening with 325. That's a pretty impressive opener, especially for 60 kilo weight class. That's
really good.
She is ripping and raring. Sounds like she's got a crowd out there too.
Right.
Hey, listen, that's one of the best parts of coming to powerlifting meets, hearing all the people out there cheering for everybody. It's like an electric atmosphere out there. Wait till the third attempt squats. That whole room is going to be lit up for everybody. It's a nice strong walk out for Amanda. That was a fast-moving opener. Let's see what the refs have to say.
Come on.
Uh-oh, what do the refs have to say?
It was good. There it is.
3 white lights. There we go.
It must be the heat.
It is. There's a little bit roasty toasty in there, but that's okay.
It is definitely roasty toasty.
That's all right. We're both sitting out here wearing shorts, so it's totally fine.
If you're not wearing, well, the referees aren't. I feel bad for them, but they get a nice big, dare I say, ass fan.
Oh yes.
Blaring them right in the face, so they got a nice cool breeze.
Yes.
Or a nice lukewarm breeze.
Yeah. We have Young Chan up next, opening with 430 pounds, 195 kilos.
Young Chan, I think he's out of Brooklyn, maybe.
Maybe.
I believe.
It was a nice opener. It moved really nicely. Let's see what the refs have to say.
2-1.
2-1. It's good.
So somebody called him on depth. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll see. Sometimes we have that hip shift. Sometimes one side goes a little bit lower than the other, and that's all right. You just need 2 white lights for it to get you on the board. Jonathan's up next with opening with 200 kilos. That is a almost 441 pound opener. He looks ready and raring to go. Ooh, he's got a bit of a wide stance there.
Ooh.
Let's see what the refs have to say on that.
Yeah, that looked high from my vantage point here.
Yeah, it looked a little bit high, but that's why you get 3 attempts. He knows it's a little bit high. He knows he's got to sink it a little bit further. We'll see if I would guess he'll take that that weight again for a second attempt, but we'll see. Up next, we have Leandro, opening with 225 kilos, 496 pounds.
We've already jumped up to 4 reds. So if anybody watching for the first time, when you're looking at those red plates, even though to us they say 25, they are actually 55-pound plates.
Oh, yeah.
For reference in the gym, the blue plate, which is 20 kilos, is roughly 44 pounds. So that makes, that's more close to the 45-pound plate that you would see in the gym.
Yep. So this is very close to, actually, I think this is 5 45-pound plates That looked good from here for depth. We'll see what the refs have to say. Hate to call it for him in advance. Hate to jinx it for John, for Leandro. That did look good, though. And it looked fast, too. Uh-oh, the refs are holding on to secrets from us today. There we go. 3 white lights for Leandro. And then we're back to Aditi, who is going on to her second attempt, 99 pounds.
I think we've only got 8 or 9 people in this flight, so it's going to fly.
So we've got some quick flights. And then the second flight is what, 12?
12, yeah. 21 lifters, 3 hours and 15 minutes that will be here, even with breaks.
Jan's calling it. Jan's calling it.
I'm saying 1:15 will roll into awards, if not sooner. And it really depends on the people that you're looking at right now on your screen, because they literally dictate the pace of the meet. Totally dictate the pace of the meet.
The spotters and loaded. And then we also know we get through, it's going to take, bench always takes a little bit longer with the commands, and then deadlifts we seem to be blink, and then we're at the third attempts.
We've got our chat up, so if you guys want to talk to us, and we can give some shout-outs.
Yeah, feel free to pop them up in the chat. We'll give shout-outs as we see them pop up. If you have a question, powerlifting question, feel free to ask. We'll answer as best we can. Jan will definitely be able to answer. I might get a little creative with my response, but...
Creative's good.
Let's see what the refs have to say for DT. 3 white lights. Awesome second attempt. We go on to Maria, who is taking...
220.
220.
So kilo math, if you're paying attention at home, you want to write this down, is 2.2046 times basically whatever. So if you're looking at the 100 kilos, you're going to multiply 100 times 2.2046 to get what the pound equivalent happens to be.
No, I thought she took this for her opener. Did she not? Did she get red lighted for her opener?
Let's go see what LiftingCast says, huh? If you do want to follow the meet at home, you can go to LiftingCast.com, and you'll be able to see for yourself. Oh, she missed it.
She did. So she's retaking that 100 kilos, which is a good idea a lot of the times if you miss that opener. That squat looks nice from here. Let's see what the refs have to say.
I don't know what it was from the first attempt. So that was 3 white lights.
3 white lights. There, she's on the board. I do remember it was yellow cards that she got. So yellow cards can cover a variety of different things. It could be foot movement.
Commands.
There could be a whole bunch of different things. So
I guess for this type of meet, I would probably say commands, if anything, just because it may be her first meet. I don't know.
It is definitely her first meet. I was chatting with her earlier. Yep.
There you go.
But she's on the board. That's all that matters. She's got her third attempt coming up. We have Francesca.
Play something hype, huh? Load up a whole lot of Rosie.
Francesca's coming up with 259 pounds for her second attempt. It's a nice, strong walkout. Francesca's got a bit of a narrow stance for squatting. I'm always impressed with the lifters who can squat narrow. That looked like a good lift from here, but let's see what the refs have to say. Oh, those refs are keeping secrets. 3 white lights. There we go. Good lift for Francesca. We have Christian coming up with 292 pounds.
Not only am I a live stream commentator, I am also the DJ for this meet.
There we go.
Man of, I wear many hats today.
He does. He's wearing about 52 hats.
And I'm not refereeing. And I'm not the meet director.
There you go.
So finally. Now,
he gets to hang out back here and do the commentating.
This I never have to. I've only done this once at one of my meets, which is ironic, but I was okay because we actually had a good crew up there and I didn't need to be bothered with anything. But the entire month of August, because we actually had to move a meet from Jefferson Barbell in Watertown, we just didn't have the amount of lifters that we wanted. So we actually wound up having a meet in Utica in September. So I literally have the entire month of August off. That never happens.
Nice.
No,
that's got to feel nice.
It does feel nice, actually.
And Utica's nice, too, because it's not too far from Albany. I did a meet several years ago, back when I was competing in a different federation. I did a meet out in Utica.
Did you do it at the Fitness Bell?
I don't remember. It was long. It was 2021 that I did it. That's long enough ago that my brain didn't
Upstate
hold on to
Empire or whatever?
It might have been Upstate Empire.
Okay.
Here we have Mariah coming in for her second attempt. She's going for 330 pounds. Ooh, that moved fast. Go Mariah. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights. She got her second attempt. Now, if I remember correctly, because I do lift with Mariah sometimes at ABC Iron, I'm pretty sure that was a PR match or very close to it. So my guess is that she's going to be taking a pretty chunky PR attempt for her third attempt here on squats. Up next, we have Amanda going to 155 kilos or 341.72 pounds.
Just for you. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell.
That's right. You're allowed to yell if you have to.
Everybody comes to me for White Monster. What the hell? I'm not. It's like I'm a dealer over here. I'm like, I gotta have a couple cases in my car. Charge like $5 a rip.
You usually do.
Well, I have one here. I got a tall boy too. Look at this sucker.
Ooh, that's
Somebody
a good
brought
one
it to me.
Ooh, that was a good lift for Amanda in terms of speed. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights.
Nice.
She looks happy with that. We go to Jonathan up next. He's jumping to 200 kilos, 440, almost 441 pounds. I would round up to 441 pounds here. I know rounding up is a controversial topic in terms of the poundage in the powerlifting community, but at 0.92, I would say 441.
I mean, if you're on that 440.9 whatever or 8 whatever, it's 441.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is. Yeah, we're at 9.2. Round up.
Yeah, we're rounding up to 441 for Jonathan.
Right.
Oh, looks like he got stuck at the bottom. That's all right. Jonathan's going to have a third attempt. My guess is he'll try and take 200 again. Our spotter's coming in to help grab him out of the hole. We go to Young Chan up next for 205 kilos. That's 452 pounds. It looks like Young Chan is a member of Team X. Not so sure.
Which I'm assuming is Xavier, who I haven't seen today, so he's probably, well, I know where he is. He's in Long Island. We actually have 2 meets going on in New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we have one in Long Island at RX Fit, and we have one here. We haven't had that since the last time we ran 3 meets in New York. One was on Long Island, one was in Albany, and then one was out in Buffalo. So big enough state we can actually do that.
That's, yeah. And then we have Leandro. And then once Leandro's done, we're on third attempts for our first flight.
Bang, bang.
We are moving and
Flying.
grooving. Leandro's taking 518 for his second attempt. Getting the crowd hyped for Leandro. That's one of the other awesome things about the spotters and loaders. They're there not only keeping the lifters safe and getting the bar ready for them, but they're there hyping them on too on the platform. And as I love to see it when the spotters and loaders are cheering on the lifters. It's a nice strong walkout for Leandro. That was a fast-moving second attempt. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights. We love to see it. Now, Jan, do we know if any of the lifters in this first session are trying to qualify for nationals?
I don't know off the top of my head. I do know that we have 2 in Flight B.
Yep,
I do know that there's one other person that I just don't know their name. So
if you're out there in the chat and you know you've got a buddy who's here looking to hit that qualifying total for nationals, and nationals is coming up quick too. It's in like 6 weeks.
Literally 6 weeks from Thursday.
It's exciting, but as a teacher, it also makes me a little bit sad because that means I go back to school soon. Although I do miss my students, so.
But that could be a good week off. I mean, Salt Lake City's
Trust me,
awesome.
I mentally made the decision. I either needed to try and finagle my way out of the first week of school or the last week of school. So I'm hoping to qualify for 2025 because I think if I miss the last days of school, they're going to be a little less upset with me than if I missed the literal first day of school.
Probably.
All right, it looks like
Good
Aditi's
lift.
got good lift. She's 3 for 3.
Good
We
for
love to
her.
see that. Maria's going up to 102.5, 226 pounds. Making a 2.5 kilo jump.
Conservative jump.
It is a conservative jump, but it is her very first meet. And that's one of those things that first meet, it's not always about getting the numbers on the board. It's just about getting the experience, getting the commands, getting used to sort of the hecticness of like weigh-ins and stuff like that, and the equipment check and everything. So I'm sure once she's got this meet under her belt, we're going to see some bigger jumps and some pretty impressive stuff from Maria. She's doing some pretty impressive stuff today, especially at 56-kilo lifter. Ooh, she grinded through that. Let's see what the refs have to say. We're waiting. The refs are keeping it a secret. 3 white lights. Nice job, Maria. We love to see that. Now, I'm wondering if that was a PR for her. She looks really excited to have hit that number. And then we have Francesca coming up next. Francesca's taking 120 kilos, 264.5 pounds for her final attempt on squats. I also have to say I do really like Francesca's singlet quite a bit, and I like that it matches the knee sleeves. I always like to see the matching. Nice strong walk out for Francesca. There we go. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights. Up next, we have our teen lifter, Christian, going for 142.5 kilos, 314 pounds. So for those 45-pound plate people, this is a pretty much 3 plates per side if we're looking at pound plate, 45-pound plate gym math, which especially for a teen lifter, this is a pretty impressive third attempt. Looks like Christian's decked out in the SBD attire. Ooh, he's fighting through it. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights, that's awesome. That's a good feeling to get 3 white lights after grinding through a lift like that. And that was a good grind from Christian. Mariah coming up, 157.5 kilos, a 347-pound squat, third squat attempt. Again, this is Mariah's very first meet, so she's coming in hot with some of these numbers. Mariah's got the pink. That was a nice third attempt. That was a nice speed for a third attempt. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights. I would be willing to bet that that was a PR for Mariah too. So that's an awesome, awesome feeling to walk off your first meet with a squat PR like that. We have Amanda coming in with 160 kilos for her third attempt. 352, almost 353 pounds, 352.74. And Amanda is
excuse me.
Oh, Jan is. That was better than an espresso shot right there, Jan. Ooh, that moved really nice for Amanda, but let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights. We love to see it. That was a great third attempt from
Definitely
her.
had a lot in the tank for sure.
You'll see sometimes some of those third attempts you're going to see some grinders, and some of them you're going to see moving really nice. Some people are saving some of that juice for bench or for deadlifts later on. Yongchan's taking 212.5 kilos. That's 468.5 pounds for his third attempt. Here he comes.
Let's go, Yongchan. Let's go.
He is mentally locked and loaded into this. You can see the focus. He is locked in.
Go, 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 go.
Ooh,
wow.
that was a push. Let's see what the refs have to say.
Question is, did he go up? No, he got it. Good for him.
Good for him, yeah. That's my, it didn't look like, I didn't see any up and down motion.
That
on
was
the
my
bar,
question. It was my question,
But
actually.
I was wondering a little bit on the depth end, but
It looked okay.
it did. It looks from the front. I've unfortunately sort of gained the reputation at ABC of being the stickler on depth. I have multiple of the goobers who lift there who will message me and ask me,
Goobers.
hey, does this
Yo.
squat look like it's depth or not? And I'm always happy to answer.
Just say
so.
no.
No,
No, I'm
I'll
kidding.
always be honest. I'll always be honest. If it's not, I'll say it's not. But if it is, I'm going to tell them it is.
But if it's not, you better
Oh,
say.
no, I say it's, oh, no.
Get deeper.
Yep. That's one of the tough things. There is nothing, and I say this from personal experience. When I first started lifting in like 2019, I learned squat depth, muscle memory, not to depth, and it was a monster to unlearn that and relearn that. Now I think I do a decent job of squatting to depth. That's the one lift I've never missed in a meet, in 5 meets. I've always hit all of my squats.
This is our final lifter in Flight A. We're going to roll into Flight B here as soon as.
Leandro's got 529 pounds on the bar.
Wow. Making it
Ooh,
look semi-effortless.
He made that look like an opener.
He definitely buried it. So, and he got 3 wide lights. Good lift.
Awesome. Now we're right on into the second flight. We've got Jacob with his opener, 107.5 kilos. Jacob is another teen lifter. He's in the teen 3, so 18 to 19.
Looks like we're loading the bar to what? 237?
237 on the button. Jimmy's jumped on to help with some spotting and loading.
Wow, the crew's already soft.
I will say the spotting and loading is quite the physical task for everyone here. Bringing the plates up, putting the plates down.
Understatement.
Especially though when you're a little bit on the shorter side with some taller lifters, it gets a little fun trying to get the plates up onto the bar for squats.
Mm-hmm.
So here comes Jacob with his opener. He's another one. No knee sleeves, no wrist straps.
Raw.
He
Minus
does
the
have
belt.
a belt.
Wow.
Ooh, wow. He almost sat on the floor with that. I don't think there's any question on depth for that one. We've got David coming up next. David is opening with 120 kilos. He's a 16 to 17 teen lifter, the raw teen 2. I'm still shocked at how the depth of that
was
one.
crazy.
That was like absolutely like rock solid wild. He almost sat on the floor.
And with no knee sleeves
Oh,
to
yeah.
boot.
I think my knees hurt just watching him do that.
Well, my knee hurts anyway, so it doesn't matter.
There you go. All right, David's coming up here with 264.5 pounds. Oh, he's another one. That looked like not even a last warm-up. That looked
Butter.
like midway through warm-ups.
All right, next up we got Anthony Otero. 330 pounds on the bar.
330.5.
Freedom units. It's a little warm in the gym today. There's no AC here, so everybody's coming stealing our fan.
Yes.
Which
Although I don't know if it's our fan. It's not really pointed at us,
it's
Jan.
not pointed at us, but we're getting the benefits because it's keeping the warm air out of here.
Yep.
For
That's
sure.
true. That's valid, yes. So we'll stake claims on the fan.
Sam's over here soaking it up. Don't soak it up too much, man.
Another very deep squat from Anthony. We've got some really deep squatters. I mean, that's a great thing to do. Leave no doubt in the mind of the refs about depth. Nobody's looking at it going, was that? Or it's a benefit. Give them no benefit of the doubt. You squat to the point where you're almost sitting on the floor.
My Lord. Good.
Up next, we have Patrick. Patrick's a teen 3 lifter, 18 to 19. He's opening with 336 pounds.
Jump 2.5 keys.
Looks like Patrick might be getting a little bit of a high bar setup here for squats.
Let's see what he's got to show us today. Okay.
It was a nice speed on that opener. Let's see what the refs have to say.
Good
3
lift.
white lights. We love to see it.
Good lift.
Up next, we have Thomas. Thomas is opening with 160 kilos. That's 352 pounds. And Thomas is on the Masters 2B class. So Thomas is in that late 50s, mid to late 50s Masters class.
55 to 59. I'm not there yet. Next year.
There you go. So I have 4 more years, and then I'll be in that Masters 1 class.
That's when the QTs get good.
Yep. There we go. Thomas
I
makes that look easy, but let's see
Don't
what
see
the
a
refs have
problem
to
with that
say.
at all. Good lift.
Good. It looks good from here. It's always tricky to look from the front because sometimes from the front everything looks all great, and then it's not quite depth from the side, especially when you get to benching. And sometimes you see a little bit of butt come up off the platform, see a little bit of foot movement. That's why we have 3 refs on either side.
Got Nathan Auer up here. 360, we'll call it 364.
Let's say 364.
Yeah. I'm going to go above 0.75. We'll round it up.
Yeah. That
Wow.
looks good. That's another. We got a lot of really deep squatters here today.
Good lift.
I would hope so. He's another one who almost sat on the floor.
Oh, that's okay.
Again, don't leave the doubt. We've got Lucas coming up. He's opening with a 474-pound squat. Opening with 474. Lucas is locking in.
Looks like he's all stoiced out.
Oh, yeah. That was a nice moving opener.
yeah,
Let's see what
that
the refs
was-
have to say.
That should not be a problem at all.
No, I would assume. There we go. 3 white lights. We've got Reese coming up next. Reese is opening with 479.5 pounds.
We're getting close to that 500-pound mark, huh?
We are. Again, if anyone out there watching on the YouTube live stream we know of a couple lifters who haven't lifted yet who are trying to qualify for nationals. If you know of anybody else here trying to qualify, feel free to give them a shout out.
That dude's tall. Holy crap. Ooh.
Let's see what the refs have to say. That moved really, really well. I will say that.
No, I think he may have cut it. Yeah, well, hey, 2 to
Ooh,
1. Good lift.
2-1. There we go. It's a good lift. That's all you need are the 2 white lights. Once again, sometimes
Depends on your hip shifts, like you said, you know?
We've got Anthony Fuchetto opening with 220 kilos, 485 pounds. He's in the men's raw junior, so the 20 to 23 age range.
So the next one we go up, we're going up over 5.
There we go. We're almost there. Ooh, that moved a little bit slow for an opener, but it might just be that controlled movement up squat.
It was fluid, but
Yeah.
it was not.
I know it wasn't fast, but I
Yeah.
know from personal experience, my squats are not always the fastest looking squats, and they don't always necessarily feel heavy. It's just trying to make sure everything is moving nice and controlled.
It's called tempo.
Well, I try not to call it tempo because when I see tempo pop up in my programming, I always get very stressed
Yeah,
out.
but tempo is more of a time thing. You need to be time
Yeah.
cognizant. But, I mean, I'm purposely slow on my descent because I need to keep tight,
Yep,
you know?
I am the same way. I've gotten a little bit faster, but I still move a little bit on the slow side. Although if we want to get technical with the term tempo, coming from a band director, the only thing tempo means is speed. Doesn't indicate fast or slow, just speed in general.
Well, in powerlifting, it doesn't mean anything with speed at all. It actually has something to do with slowness. It's opposite.
Is. Well, tempo, you could have a slow tempo. You have a largo.
My foot's falling asleep.
Uh-oh, Jan's foot fell asleep.
All right,
so
we've got-
Zach, he's
yeah.
up. He's one of our lifters here who is working to qualify for nationals. He's hoping to walk away with a qualifying total. I believe he's hit the total in the gym. He's just got to make it official here on the platform.
No doubt. He needs to leave no doubts out
Oh,
there.
yes.
He needs every kilo he can get
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
looked like a little bit of a grind to that opener, but that's okay. Let's see what the refs have
Good
to say.
lift.
Jan's got the other. He's got the what do you call it?
That's the DRL system. I can
There
see
you
the
go.
lights
Oh, yeah.
before they actually come up.
Yeah, so that was a good lift for Zach. That's got to be a good feeling going into that. We have Ryan up next, 260 kilos, 573 pounds. I wonder if we're going to see a 600-pound squat today. What do you think?
Well, the next guy is going 270, so we're almost there.
Yeah, I think we're going to see we might see more than one 600-pound squat today.
Possible. I know Ryan's capable.
Oh, yeah. All right. Ryan's got a nice, strong walkout. He lifts in Converse. I just started squatting in Converse, too. I love
used
it.
to squat in trucks all the time. Now I just squat in no bulls.
Let's see what the refs have to say on that. It looked like it
I think
moved
he's there.
nicely.
He's there. Yeah, it was good.
3 white lights, good. We love to see that. Yeah, I lifted in lifters. I had a little bit of a near-death experience at States on my 3rd squat attempt, and I decided that I just am not, my personal gravitational pull doesn't work with lifters anymore, so I've been doing okay with depth on squats in my high tops, so it looks like I'm going to be shifting to that from now on.
Sometimes flats just make you feel better, and
You can feel I rocked onto my toes on my 3rd attempt at States, and that was a treacherous feeling, although I got 3 white lights on that lift, so. Here we have Anthony. Anthony's another lifter here today who is working to hit that qualifying total to go to nationals. Now, I believe in having conversations with Jordan, Anthony's looking to hit that QT in his 1st and 2nd attempts.
I think he's aiming for 2nd attempts and just kind of shut it down.
Yep.
Because he's got 5
it's a quick
and a half
turnover.
weeks.
It's a quick turnover.
Very quick.
So he's just trying to get that total on the board.
No question about depth
that
there.
was no question on depth. Anthony is making sure that it's all white lights across the board. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights.
Now what he needs to do is he needs to not worry about going that deep.
Yes.
Because now, that was 595.
Yeah.
So he's dipping over.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
going to be dipping into the 6s now.
Yep. And then we're back to the start. We're on 2nd attempts. Jacob is coming in with 112.5 kilos, 248 pounds for his 2nd attempt. So those of you out there who might be a little bit new to powerlifting, you're seeing all of our jumps are sort of coming in 2.5 increments. All of our attempts, unless anybody in a meet somewhere in powerlifting is going for a national record, will always move up in 2.5 kilo increments for all of our lifters, which that averages out to about 5.5-ish pounds.
Again with
He
that crazy
sank it.
depth.
That is, he is leaving not even a bit of imagination on depth on that one, which is a good thing. We have David coming in with 140 kilos for a 2nd attempt, 308.5 pounds. Ooh, Jan's pulling up the qualifying totals for nationals for this year.
I'm not even going to look at next year because next year is just, it's top 20 in the country, so I'm not even going to worry about it.
I have every intention on going next year, Jan.
Good, let's go. I'd love to see it.
I either got to add 7.5 kilos to my total as a super heavyweight, or I got to actually finagle this cut down into the 100 kilo class. Either way, I think it's in my pocket.
525. I would need that.
You would need 525.
I would need 547 and a half.
547. That's doable for you, Jan. Wow, David flew that lift up.
Doable on openers.
That's my goal in November, Jan. I'm competing in November. My goal is openers to hit that 477.5 and then do it again at States and then do it again at Nationals and then take a nice long off season.
I've talked to Coach and we've been talking about just going 200 squat, 200 dead, 150 bench, just be done.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
I only need to do the bare minimum, so.
Yeah. We have Anthony coming in 352, almost 353 for his 2nd attempt. Anthony's another one who's burying those squats. A little bit of a grind there, but nothing out of the ordinary for a 2nd
lift
attempt.
for him.
We had a good lift. Patrick coming in with 353 again. Same weight on the bar for Patrick.
I think if memory serves, I was looking at the roster the other night when I was in there, and I think we only have 2 masters, maybe 2 or 3 masters. We have maybe 6 or so junior and teens, and everybody else is in the open.
Yeah, it's a lot of. I've noticed it's become really popular powerlifting with the high school and college age crew, which I think is awesome. I love to see it.
I would even venture to guess probably people didn't even put themselves in the proper age division just because they don't need to here.
Yeah.
So let's go, Patrick.
Patrick sinks it. Let's see what the refs have to say.
No problem there. Good.
Good lift, 3 white lights. We're coming up to Thomas. Thomas, one of our masters lifters, the 55 to 59. Again, another shout out to our spotters and loaders.
Most of them are bent bar people.
Oh, yeah.
We support our own.
Yep. Lots of bent bar, a couple ABC Iron friends out there, too. Thomas has the A7 singlet on.
Another high bar squatter.
Yep. Ooh, very high bar.
Like on top of his traps.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's good for positioning in the squat because it doesn't force you to bend over as much. Where you get that, hybrid low bar, or even French low bar, which that just hurts my elbows talking about.
Oh, yeah, that's...
But that causes
you
you
to go like a half an inch too low when I'm squatting. First off, it's a mess when I squat with the bar a little bit too low, just in general. But also my elbows immediately get cranky the second that bar is a little bit too low.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you squat with the bar centered on your back, or can you have an offset?
I have gotten used to it potentially being offset. So I
Same.
don't let it phase me if it's offset. I just kind of remind myself that my whole body's moving the bar anyways.
Yeah.
Ooh, Nathaniel sunk that one, made that look
Damn.
really nice. I'm curious to see what Nathaniel does for a third attempt because I bet Nathaniel goes over 400 for that third attempt.
Oh, I would
hope
guarantee
to see
it.
it.
Yeah, I squat definitely off center, and I've had people that don't know me that sometimes if I'm prepping for a meet or something, and they'll actually stop me when I'm under the bar and say, "You're not center." I'm like, don't center me up.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because if you do, it'll mess my track up.
Yeah, so I train in Sincere Powerlifting. I train with Jordan Crandall, and I know I've had this block. I've been recording my squats from the front because I've had some funky feet issues with my squatting we're trying to fix. And I'm trying to think. I don't think any of the bar has been, if it's been off kilter, it has not been significant enough for me to really be like, oh, shnikes when I'm watching it back on the video. So
Shnikes, there you go.
Shnikes. Ooh, Reese makes light work of that second attempt. Let's see what the refs have to say. Ooh, he got called for depth on the sides.
Yep.
So we'll see if Reese... depth is always an interesting one on second attempts. I'm curious to see if he goes up at all or if he stays the same.
We shall see, right?
Yep.
I mean, he got his opener, so...
He did, which is why I'm always curious with the second attempts. I feel like
He
second
jumped
to
5
third
keys, though,
attempt-
so I don't... 5 keys is... I mean, it's a lot, but it's not a lot.
No, it's... In the powerlifting realm, it's not too much. Because it didn't look super... I don't want to say it didn't look super heavy, but it looked definitely like he had more in the tank. So.
Right.
And sometimes all you need is that mental reminder that, oh, man, I got to hit depth. I got to sink it that little bit lower. We have Lucas, 496 pounds on the bar. Let's see how Lucas does with his second attempt. He's decked out in stoic knee sleeves, a stoic singlet.
Oh, did I pronounce that wrong? Stoic?
Stoic? I
have no clue.
I could be pronouncing it wrong, too.
We both could be pronouncing it wrong.
It could be totally different. Ooh, that was a nice second attempt. I'm curious to see where Lucas goes with his third.
Nice.
That looked good from here. 3 white lights for Lucas. We've got Anthony Fuchetto coming up with 507 pounds. And now Anthony is a junior lifter, that 20 to 23 age range. I always love seeing the junior lifters coming in.
Let's see what happens here for Anthony.
Yep.
Wow.
He's into it. He's getting locked in. Looks focused.
Look at that squat face.
Yep. There it is.
We shall
Let's see what the refs have
see.
to say on depth.
Again, we can't call from the front, so
Yep.
all right, good lift for him.
That was a good lift. We can give our professional opinions on what we think from watching from the cameras, but the refs get the final say.
Professionally unprofessional.
Yes. Jan is obviously a referee. I'm also a referee, a newbie referee.
I'm not a newbie referee, though.
No, I am. Jan, I don't think you're a newbie anything at powerlifting.
I mean, compared to people in it now, correct.
Yes. That's a good thing. We like to see the long timers going through the powerlifting field. It
10 years or more.
helps the youngins like me feel good about coming into it.
Well, it gives them that purpose to, like, what happens if I stay here? Well, you
Yeah.
wind up doing what I do.
Hey, that
Maybe
would be
not
an
at the
awesome
level,
thing
but
to do.
you do it.
That would be an awesome thing to do. Zach's coming in with 534 pounds.
Oh,
for
he
his
went up 10
second attempt.
kilos. All right. Using that rack to kind of push that bar into
Yep.
that spot, into the grip into his
Yep.
back.
That sweet spot right on that muscle line.
Got to wait for that bar. He unracks it and then he racks it, and that's like an unsettling move for me. But if he's usually normally used to
he
it,
usually does that.
that's fine. Get down. Come on. Come on.
Ooh, he's fighting for it.
All right.
He fought for that. Let's see what the refs have to say.
Good.
Good lift for Zach. Now, I'm curious if Zach is
242.
also trying to get his QT on second attempts. Because that definitely looked like a grind. We've got Ryan coming up next. We got our first 600-pound squat of the day, friends. 606.27 pounds for Ryan.
All right, we're 2 out from starting third attempts.
Yep.
I keep forgetting to do this. I'm going to do it before thirds. You'll see.
Uh-oh.
You'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Jan's got some surprises.
The awkward science.
The awkward science. Ooh.
That could be a thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go, Ryan.
Let's see what the refs have to say
He
on
may
that
have some
one.
ginormous quads. Hey.
Oh, he got called on depth for that one, too.
I saw the left chair click in first. I'm like, I kind of knew what it was there, but
It did look a little high from the front, but that's Ryan's got a third attempt. Anthony's coming in with almost 612 pounds for his second attempt.
trying to do some quick math here. So
Now, I'm pretty sure that Anthony is hoping to hit that QT with the second, is setting himself for success on that QT with the second attempt. Anthony's one of those lifters. He gets very locked in. Looks like he has his Captain America socks on. Always appreciate fun socks in the gym and on the platform.
So he went up 7.5 keys. All right.
All right. Let's root for Anthony. Let's cheer loud for him at home.
Get up. Get up.
Ooh, he
All
fought
right.
for that. Let's see what the refs have to say.
He needs to. Good.
3 white lights.
He needs to shut it down now.
Yep, we'll see. We'll see what Anthony does. I believe.
He's not going to take a third attempt. He
I was
shouldn't
gonna
take
say-
a third attempt.
As I said, I'm pretty sure Jordan said that so long as he got his first 2, he wasn't going to take his third to rest up and be good to go for benching and deadlifting. And so that's one of those things where, so sometimes when the lifters don't want to take that last attempt, they might be saving themselves up for another lift. They'll put a weight in and let the clock time out to sort of give that minute to those other lifters.
I know he's got that. We're just doing some math here to
Yeah.
figure out what their attempt selections need to be.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to do it. We're going to do it anyways. We'll do it after this.
That was again, Jacob has probably one of the deepest squats I've seen in powerlifting. I'm always impressed when people can squat that deep. Got the fun. I knew it was.
It was a little
over.
late, but
hey, that's all right. I think if I ever, even with like a warm-up weight, if I ever got that deep on a squat, I'm not 100% sold I'd be getting back up out of that squat. We have David coming up. He's got 330 on the bar.
So Zach needs 740.
Ooh, David makes good work of that third attempt. He's another very deep squatter. I got a little nervous at the bottom on that one for a second. It looked like he might have come a little bit close to rocking back a little too far, but he got that lift up. 3 white lights. I was about to say, if he was getting called on something, it is sure as heck not going to be depth. Patrick's coming up with 374 for his third attempt. Well, Jordan just went running by us.
All right. Third attempt squats. We're going to take a 10-minute break after these squats. We've got some people that didn't put attempts in, so they're conserving some energy for bench and dead.
For sure.
So a smart move on their part.
Ooh, that was a nice third attempt for Patrick. Again with the high bar squatting too. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the lifters who can come into a meet and do a heavy high bar squat. I know anytime I have it on my programming, it's very chaotic.
I've never, honestly, I mean, I've been doing this a long time. Nobody's ever programmed me a squat variation that is placement on my back.
No, see, I get it pretty regularly. It's usually my day one has paused squats followed up by high bar back downs.
I don't understand. I mean,
so I
does
know
the bar
Jordan,
placement matter?
Jordan, I know, programs that for me because with the shift from lifters to flats, he wanted to really make sure that I was getting depth with no doubt, and the high bar helps with that, and it did.
Okay.
And same thing too with the paused. Anthony, speaking of depth, Anthony absolutely sinks that. That was a great third attempt for Anthony. That moved really nicely for a third attempt. 3 white lights. We come up with Thomas. We're going to get some behind-the-scenes deets from Jordan. Jan's having a chat with Jordan Crandall, who's here handling a couple of the bent bar athletes.
Let's go, Thomas.
Thomas with 386 pounds for his third attempt. Another high bar, and a very high bar squatter, too. Let's see what the refs have to say on that. 3 white lights. We love to see that. Thomas has all of his lifts in for squat. He's ready to go do some warm-ups for benching. Nathaniel jumping to 187.5 kilos. That's 413 pounds.
We're going to move really quickly into the into the fives and after this next person.
Nathaniel's another. That bar placement looks a little bit high bar as well for Nathaniel.
Definitely high bar, for sure.
Ooh, that moved really nice for a third attempt. I bet he had a little bit more in the tank for that, but he's probably saving it up for deads and bench.
I think he opened up. I think he's being super conservative by the looks.
Yeah. That sometimes you'll see lifters do that because they know they're about to go absolutely bananas on deadlifting or benching, saving up that energy. Reese coming up with 496 pounds. And Reese, who is a junior level lifter.
We're at essentially 500 pounds.
Yeah.
You had another 2.5 keys right there.
Ooh, that was a nice
Nice.
third attempt.
And he weighed it at 94 kilos today.
It was quite the squat for 94 kilos. Lucas coming in with 529 pounds for his third attempt.
3 more squats, and we're going to roll on to a break.
Yep.
Now we're going to need 5 spotters and loaders.
Skip to the next one. It's playing doubles now.
Lucas is locked in for this 529 squat.
He is using all that clock, too.
Yep.
Gets a squat command. Bump, bump.
Oh, there we go. He moved right past that sticking point. You could see where it
Nice.
looked like it was going to get stuck, and he went, nope, not today. We move on to Anthony Fuchetto. Now, is this our last lifter?
Nope. We've got one more.
One more after this.
Ryan is going to. He actually went up, so he got called on depth 2 to 1, and he went up 2.5 kilos. Interesting call, but hey, that's all him. So
Yep. That's, again, sometimes for depth, it's just that very gentle reminder mentally in your head as you're up there, like, hey, you got to sink that a little bit more. Anthony is locked in. Now, I'm curious what Anthony's singlet says.
I think it's Better Bodies.
Ah.
I don't know if that's. I think that's somebody's brand. I don't remember who.
He's pushing.
Come on.
He's pushing.
Grind
He's
it,
pushing,
grind it,
grinding
grind it.
Grinding it. It's moving in
Holy
the right direction.
crap.
Wow. Now, I'm curious what
True
the refs have
RP
to
10 and a
say.
half.
Or I would give that an RP.
Oh.
He got called for up-down motion of the bar.
No,
by the
not.
refs.
Nope. That was yellow card. So I think he missed something. Rack command. I don't know. I think he missed a rack command. Blue card is up and down.
Blue card is up and down. I should know that as
Do I
well.
have to retest you again?
Probably. Maybe in a year or so, you're going to be retesting me again to try and be a national
Let's
ref,
go.
but-
We need more national referees in New York. All right, our last squatter for the day.
And then we're on to a break and then benching. We've got Ryan.
Well, at least in Kingston, maybe not Long Island.
Oh no, I'm curious how many. Do we know how many lifters are lifting on Long Island today?
It's easy enough to find out. I'll look during the break, and we can let the audience know.
Take a look. That's
My guess, I think he had around 60.
Oh wow, that's a big meet.
Hey, he always does good out there. I mean,
Yeah.
they only run 3 to 4 meets a year, and now we have a couple of meet directors down there, so they're going to start. Long Island's going to start blowing up, which is good.
That is good. I am from Long Island. I never power lifted living on Long Island, but I am from there.
Wow. So
That
two and a
was
half keys didn't mean a lot to him, and
Let's
actually
see
looked
about-
good.
let's see
So
what
there
the
you
rest-
go.
3 white lights. There we go. It's those purple high tops. Those purple high tops are coming in clutch. All right, so we are on to our 10-minute break. They'll start the 10-minute clock once everything is all set up for our first bencher. So we are also going to take a 10-minute break.
Yeah,
Take
buddy.
a little pause from hearing our voices, but we'll be back soon to talk some about our benchers. And again, if you have any shout-outs for anybody that you want us to give in that chat, go ahead and pop it up there.
We got anybody out there now?
It looks like people are shouting me out in the.
Oh.
In the
Who? You?
That's you got Mitchie coming in.
Oh,
I saw-
Mitch. The guy who
Someone
couldn't be
post-
here.
I know. Somebody, Alex Sorta Squats. That's my Instagram handle if anybody's curious. Alex_Sorta_squats. You can see all of the ridiculous faces I make while lifting posted on my stories because I make many of them. Most of the time, my face is the same color as the red plates as well while lifting.
Ah,
so.
been there, done that. Been there, done that.
All right, we're going to take a break and we'll see y'all in 10 minutes.
See you in a little bit.
seconds out from starting some benching.
Woo!
We got our opening bench of the day coming from a DT, opening with 66 pounds.
I don't see any spotters and loaders up there. So,
I think they're putzing around.
yeah, they're always putzing around.
They're goobers. It's
there we
fine.
go. There we go. They're starting to show up.
He's eating something. Sam's eating something.
He's always eating something.
That's true.
So let's talk about the commands in the bench. Why don't you go ahead and run with that?
So we got 3 commands in the bench. We've got start, press, and rack. So that start command, what we're looking for is the lifter to bring the bar. We're not bringing the bench anywhere. Bring the bar down to the body, nice and controlled. Once that bar is sitting nice and still on the body, you're going to hear the press command. Then the lifter is going to push that bar back up to a nice elbows locked out. Why are you hearing yapping?
There's got a dog here.
There is a dog here. I've seen it a couple times. Oh, you mean like dog barking?
Not
yapping.
you. I was talking about the dog.
To say, of course you hear yapping. I'm doing what
My bad.
Yapping is one of the few things I'm very good at in this world, Jan. Of course I'm going to yap.
Well, let's go.
And then so once the lifter gets that bar back up into that locked elbows position, then they're going to get the rack command to bring the bar back into the rack. So this one is, benching is the trickiest one with commands because there's a lot to listen to and pay attention to. You're also going to see it's a little bit more technical on the setup front. We're probably going to see some pretty technical setups here.
Here we go.
Here comes the DT with her opening bench of the day, 66 pounds. She's getting nice and set up. Now, a couple things that those side refs are looking for. That was a beautiful opener
Very
for
easy.
bench.
Wow.
The couple things that side refs are going to be looking for in particular, the 2 biggest I know I look for on the side is the butt staying on the bench and are the feet staying nice and flat on the floor. So those are 2 important key pieces. We might see a couple lifters for our lifter friends who keeping our feet flat might be a little bit of a challenge. We have different levels of blocks available for them to help them out.
And what are those numbers? Do you happen off the top of your head? I'm
I
going to
don't-
grill you today, just so you know.
I don't know the numbers off. I know that one of our spotters and loaders out there, Tosh, does use blocks when she benches.
That's because she's 4 foot nothing.
And that's okay. We're allowed to be that tall. It's all right.
5, 10, and 15 centimeters.
That is tall. Oh, 5. Oh, that's the boxes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
I thought
the
you were
box.
saying somebody was 5, 10, and 15.
No, that's the box height, actually.
Okay.
It's 5, 10, and 15 centimeters.
There we go. Okay. So that makes sense.
All these easy
Oh,
openers.
that was a nice opener for Maria as well.
Wow.
I know I occasionally, getting up there in age, sometimes my low back makes it a little bit tough for me to flatten my feet.
I find that after having a nice heavy squat day, the next day benching, if I'm in prep, it doesn't bother me because my body's already used to that. But if I'm not, like lately, if I squat on a Monday and I come in for bench on Tuesday, I can't get my heels down.
See, I had that happen. The one time I had that happen was my family lives about 4+ hours away, sitting in the car for the holidays. Did a number to my low back, and so I had to use the blocks for about a week to get that flat. But I will say I bench all 4 days that I lift. So keeping that bench up with flat feet is important. Francesca has a nice close grip, it looks like, for her bench. That was a nice bench from here. Let's see what the refs have to say. We got 3 white lights for Francesca.
Good. Let's keep these good lifts going.
Mariah opening with 143 pounds.
Like you said, Mariah's out of ABC Iron, right?
Yes, she
Okay.
does, and she trains with Destiny Breen.
Okay.
Mariah's coming in with some strong lifts for her first meet. It's exciting to see a first meet lifter coming in with lifts at this level because you're excited to see what the next few meets are going to have in store for Mariah. Like being someone, I lift with her at ABC Iron, and I know it's going to be a cool day because I know she's going to rear up on it real fast. That day she squats 400 pounds for the first time.
That's a milestone squat for a female.
Now let's see what the refs have to say. It's hard to hear what's going on in there.
But we
There we
have
go.
a
We got
bird's
3
eye
white
view,
lights.
though, so we're good.
Yes. So about to say, sometimes it's tough because we think that everything looks good and there was a missed command, but she got those commands. She got 3 white lights, made that look easy.
Yeah, we definitely can't hear the chief
Yes.
say, start press rack.
We got a 165-pound opener for Amanda. Now, you'll see some of the lifters are going to communicate with some of our spotters and loaders. It looks like this is Mason. who is what they're communicating is they're asking for a handoff. So we have one designated spotter and loader for the entire benching session who's available to our lifters to give them a handoff to help them out. Not all the lifters use handoffs, but we do have in the rules it has to be the same spotter loader. It's got to be the same person. So for the whole of benching, it'll be Mason giving handoffs to lifters who want it. That was a nice opener for Amanda.
Very
Let's
nice
see what
opener.
the refs have to say.
I don't see any bobbling on the chest either, so that's good. Everybody's
Yeah.
got a controlled descent.
Oh, yes. I'm curious who the head ref is for this. I know Nelly really likes to be head ref.
Take a peek out there.
Let's see. I will. I'm going to do that.
Is it? Or you can't hear me? Put your headphones back on. Is it?
It is Nelly.
Oh,
It is, in
there you
fact,
go.
Nelly. I know Nelly really does like to be head ref for benching. And kudos to her because I know that I would absolutely, with the head ref for benching I would have to be so hyper-focused the whole time to make sure I didn't zone out. We've got Christian coming in with 204 pounds for an opener. Let's see what the refs have to say on that. It moved nice, but it did look like there was a little bit of sinkage in the chest.
That's okay.
3
Good
white
lift.
lights. There we go. We've got Young Chan coming up with opening with 120 kilos. That's 264 and a half pounds. Oh, yep, I can hear Nelly now yelling bars loaded. Ooh, that's an interesting question that somebody asked in the chat. I'm going to let Jan tackle that one. All right. Let's see what we have. Young Chan's got a good lift. We've got Leandro coming up. We're almost at 300 pounds for openers. It's cool to see in that first flight we're going to hit some 300-pound benches.
We are literally right there. We're 3 pounds away.
Yep.
3 pounds away.
Seeing lots of shout-outs for the lifters in the YouTube chat as well.
That's a little bit longer, right, on the chest?
A little bit.
Or did she?
I'm not sure. That looked pretty quick
Okay,
off
yeah,
the
that was
chest,
good.
but it was 3 white lights. And then we're back to the start of our flight. We've got a DT coming in with 71.6 pounds for her second attempt. That's 32 and a half kilos. Now, also a shout out while they get the bar ready. We have, I believe it's Rosie out there doing her practical exam for refereeing. We love to see that. We are the more the merrier in terms of the USAPL refs. When I chatted with her between breaks, she said she was doing a good job and she's really liking it.
And we need
She's
more
feeling really
females.
confident.
Always need female. New York is saturated with men, referees, that is. And it's, you know what I meant. I got you, though, right? So we need more female referees because, obviously, you know, these events don't run themselves without the appropriate amount of people. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this, everybody here is kind of volunteering literally their day. Well,
I would say
5 hours.
the morning and the early afternoon.
Yeah. Everybody would, you should be home by like 3 o'clock, easily.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
But,
The way I drive 2:30, but
not every meet is like that, unfortunately. So, you know, we'll always take it. I don't like using the word take advantage, but I guess we could say that.
I would say this is also an opportunity from the perspective of somebody who just under a year ago did their reffing testing and who has been enjoying it. It is an awesome way to give back to the community. I'm curious to see what the refs call for Maria's lift. It looked like it moved really well. There we go. We've got 3 white lights. But Reffing is a really great way to give back to the community. It's also, in terms of being in the gym, it's a really awesome thing to be lifting around lifters who are also refs, because if you're ever lifting, you know you're getting up towards that top, that 90-95%, and you're like, am I squatting to depth? Does my bench look good? Am I locking out for deadlift? You know that those people are always people in the gym that you can say, hey, do you mind just watching my lift real quick, make sure everything looks good? So if you've been in the sport and you want to give back a little bit, reffing, or if you're not quite ready to, don't think you're ready to ref yet, spotting and loading is another awesome way to give back to the sport. Ooh, that was a little bit long on the chest for Francesca, but it moved really nicely. Let's see what the refs have to say.
So to answer your question earlier about how many people are at the meet in Long Island, currently there is 56 on the roster.
That's a
Because
big
they got
meet.
27 in the morning. I mean, you want to max a day out, right? If you're going to be there.
Oh, okay. So it's so for the whole day, it's okay.
Yeah, there's 2 sessions.
Okay, so that makes more sense. I was about to say that is a long morning with
Yep.
that many lifters.
And let's see where they're at. Are they done? Oh, they're already. They started an hour before us.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so they're on the Flight B bench.
Oh, you can hear the
Thirds.
crowd is cheering for Mariah out there. She's getting ready. She's going for 154.32 pounds, a 70-kilo second attempt. Oh, it moved up nicely. Let's see what the refs have to say, though. They might call that on. She got 2 whites. That's what we need, 2 white lights. I was curious if she would get called on up-down motion. I think that's probably what the center ref called her on. But that moved really fast for a second attempt. Curious to see what Mariah comes in with her third attempt. Now we have Amanda coming up with 80 kilos, 176 pounds for Amanda's second attempt. So it looks like we've been wondering if who else is.
Yeah, that's
Trying to
Yuli. That's
qualify?
Yuli from White Toe in the chat.
All right, so it looks like Leandro, who's in our second flight, is another.
Is he?
Or is he in the first flight? He might be in the first flight.
I don't know. Let me look. No, he's in flight A.
He's in flight 8.
He's
Leandro
4
is-
out right now.
He is also attempting to qualify for nationals today, so make sure we're cheering on Leandro as well to get that qualifying total. It was a nice bench second attempt for Amanda at 80 kilos. That is quite the bench. And it's an 80-kilo bench, and she's a 60-kilo lifter. 3 white lights for that for Amanda. We've got the super secret computer that tells us the information on as it happens.
Before you see it.
Before it goes and zaps itself through the internet to the not-so-super secret computers.
For real.
We have Christian coming up here with 97.5 kilos, 215 pounds for a second attempt. Christian is in that 14 to 15 age range for teen 1 as a 67.5 kilo lifter.
Cell phone rack. Nice.
That's another close-ish grip for bench. A lot of the times you'll see the lifters will go for maybe not all of them as wide as possible with those pointer fingers on the outer rings, but close to as wide as possible.
That's
on
where I
that.
am. I'm skirting the line because I want less range of motion, the better.
See, I'm kind of in the middle, not super close, but I'm not pointers all the way out. I aim for the middle finger on that ring. It gives me.
Nice flipping off the chief. Nice going.
That's I have seen some pictures of me squatting in the meets and the death stare. That is really just me being really focused and making sure I don't miss the squat command. Is pretty much the same look I give my students at school when they're talking over me.
All right.
Ooh, he's grinding through it. He gets it up.
Wow.
Let's see what the refs have to say for Young Chan.
That's a good lift for him.
3 white lights. We love to see it. I'm curious what
Nice.
he's going to take for his third attempt, because that was definitely a grinder. Leandro coming up, 308 pounds. So Leandro's
Boy's giving you a shout out here.
Oh yeah, he's a 75
a
kilo
monster.
lifter.
Nice.
Got 140 kilos on the bar. That's almost double body weight.
Had to use a corporate credit card to buy some monsters.
I was about to say we have some Monster energy drinks being handed out. Unfortunately, if I drink that energy. I've had enough energy drink, and if I drink it now, I'm not sleeping tonight. So
Well, I had a coffee on the way down, and then I had a 20-ouncer, and now I'm on it with my second. But it's going to make the day go by faster, and probably I'm going to have to go to the little boys' room.
that's all right. You're allowed to. 3 whites for Leandro. He is on his way. That second attempt for him looked fast, too. So we have third attempts starting for bench. We've got a DT coming up with 35 kilos. That's 77 pounds for her third attempt.
Let's see what Leandro needs.
Jan's good at calculating these numbers. He's been showing me, and I've been trying to figure it out, but I am a music gal, not a numbers gal.
Oh, wait. What is he? Is he
75. He's 75.
No, but is he a teen?
Oh, I don't know. That I don't remember.
No, he's in the open. Okay. So he needs
Let's see if... Oh, unfortunately, no. A
625.
DT misses that third bench attempt, and that's all right because she got her first 2 attempts. She gave it her all. You could see her really pushing through that third attempt. We have Maria coming up next with 42.5 kilos, 94 pounds on the bar for Maria. And she is also a junior lifter in the 56 kilo weight class.
Okay, break out the old trusty calculator. So he
Jan's doing
needs
that. Maria's getting herself set up on her final bench attempt of the morning.
What the heck's going on behind us?
I think people are working out behind us, Jan.
Jeez.
Ooh, that was a nice third attempt from Maria. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights. We love to see it. That's got to feel awesome for her. We have Francesca coming up next. 60 kilos, 132 pounds on the bar for Francesca's third and final bench attempt. So we're doing some math to see.
I think
what our-
Leandro's got it there, Yuli,
Yeah.
so I think we're good.
See what some of our lifters who are trying to qualify for nationals need. That's again all of you lifters out there who are going to be lifting at nationals this year. It's going to be I'll be sitting at my desk at school rooting all of you all on. Francesca has a very close grip bench. Ooh, that moved really nice. And her wrist straps match the singlet and the knee sleeves. I know she doesn't have her knee sleeves on now, but the whole thing matches. I always think that's so great when you see everything matching. We have Mariah coming up with 72.5 kilos for her third and final bench attempt. That's
flying through bench,
160
girl. What?
pounds.
Flying through bench.
There are only 9 people in this flight, so don't forget that. Now, if I had to hazard a guess, I'm pretty sure this is a PR match or PR attempt for Mariah.
She's been conservative, right? 5 keys. Oh,
Oh,
that's going to hurt her right there,
that is.
unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it looked like some up-down motion.
We'll
She
see
did
some
get it
blue
up,
cards
but
there.
we're going to see.
Yep.
We got some up-down motion. And, it's interesting. It's that sticky point right there at that, pushing the elbows out. I feel that sticky point. That is my own personal sticky point on benching.
That's when you really have to utilize that arc,
Yep.
not the bodybuilding press, but the actual powerlifting press where you're utilizing the that C motion.
Yes.
Right.
And
Move to the rack, but not to the rack.
Yes. And that's, again, it's Mariah's very first meet, so that is an awesome third attempt for her first meet. I'm very excited to see sort of where powerlifting brings Mariah in her lifting. I think she's going to do some really impressive things in the next few years. Heck, in the next few months. I don't know when her next meet is, though. I'm going to ask her that.
Oh, let's
find
get
out.
this one done first.
I know. Listen, my brain.
Rushing people.
I always rush people. It's what I do, Jan. It is what I do. We have Amanda coming in with 82.5 kilos, 182 pounds for her third and final attempt on bench.
We're 3 out from starting flight B. These guys are cranking out there.
Flew for Amanda. That was a beautiful third attempt. 3 white lights. We love to see it. Christian coming in with 102.5 kilos. That's 226 pounds. For those who like the non-kilo plate, pound plate gym visual, that's 2 plates. That's a 2-plate bench coming up for Christian. He is in the Teen 1, 67.5 kilos.
Another guy, it's the same guy with that self handoff.
Sometimes the handoff, there we go. That was a great third attempt.
He
Let's see what
flared
the
his
refs have
elbows
to
out
say.
and he got it. So
Yep.
that was a key right there.
Yep. Sometimes, you know, I don't always love a handoff in meets myself.
Well, I don't do it purposely in training unless if I'm prepping for a meet. I'm usually taking anything over 400 pounds because obviously I don't want the stress on my elbows and my wrists, and you know it just helps me get set in the bench better.
Yes.
Everybody's obviously a little bit different, but I would up until 375-ish, I would be fine. But once we get over that 400-pound mark, I just like to, even though I want it very light, just like a light touch, just to kind of walk it out and over my chest,
Yep.
and then I'll take it from there.
Yep. We have Leandro. Leandro, who's here working on getting that qualifying total for nationals. He's got 320 pounds, 145 kilos, loaded up on the bar. Let's cheer Leandro on out there. This is his third and final attempt for bench.
Let's go, Leandro.
Let's see him get this.
Man's on a
Oh.
Keep your
Looked like, uh-oh.
Help him up, guys. Help him up. Help him.
See.
Help
Let's
him
see,
up.
is that,
Well, you know what?
that's all
I
right?
mean, that was only 5 kilos off of, so I know what he needs to get to QT, and he's kind of there with his openers. He's about 10 kilos off-ish.
If he's,
I'm
if
doing
he's
right
there with
now.
his openers, then.
No. He's not there with his openers. He's about 10 keys off from his opener and squat or deadlift.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he's only 10 keys off with his opener for deadlift, my guess is he'll wrangle in that total.
Yuli,
Attempt
you let him
number 2.
YOLO it on his second attempt. I'm calling that for you.
There you go. We love watching a YOLO lift. Oh, now we're at, speaking of attempts, we're at first attempts again for our second flight. We have David opening with 82.5 kilos, 182 pounds.
Remember when you said bench is slow?
I did. And I am, well, I was wrong, which means I think that now watch, deadlift is going to absolutely go very slow, but I think that we have bench moving by fast because, one, we have some smaller flights. I'm gonna throw that out there too. But we also have some really on-the-money spotters and loaders out there. We've got...
Here's another reason why. In my experience, when the weight is at your chest or your waist, you can move it a little bit faster. The rack height jumps are smaller. Or squat, you're always going up. You're going up 10.
Yep.
In rack height, going down 8, going up 6, going down 5. You know, you're always constantly moving a rack. Where a
Yes.
bench, you might move it 2, 1, 3.
Yeah.
And the weight's having them right there. You can rip it off, put the new one on, boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Bench is, I would say squat is slowest. Bench is next, fastest, and then deads.
I agree with
Ironically, which the weight's on the floor, but there's
But with
you're not jacking anything.
Yeah.
Except you're jacking the weight to replace, a blue or red plate.
Yeah. I also find deadlift is one of those lifts where I find, not all the time, but as of late, is a lot of sort of matched, like the bar is staying the same as you go across, or you're adding a 1.25.
Weight classes specifically, if you're typically you'll see women in the same weight class, they'll open with the same, and the
Yeah.
jumps will be almost the same.
Yep.
Men traditionally, depending upon, how long they've been doing it, they will potentially have the same situation going on.
So we have Patrick coming up next. He's opening with 226 pounds. Patrick, who is a teen 3 lifter in the 90 kilo weight class. I do find that what I have noticed about our benchers is we don't have too many intricate setups so far, which I think is helping keep the time go by fast for benching. Patrick's got 3 white lights on his bench. We have Thomas coming up next. Thomas is opening with 120 kilos. That's 264 and a half pounds. Thomas, who is one of our masters level lifters.
Shout out to Masters Lifters.
Yep. I think it's awesome to see the masters level lifters. Ooh, that was a nice first attempt from Thomas.
3 white lights, good for him.
Nathaniel coming up next. Nathaniel is opening with 125 kilos, 275 and a half pounds.
Another self handoff.
Telling you, sometimes it's the way to go. If I've ever done a handoff in a meet, it's pretty much only my third attempt that I'll go for it. Ooh, that was a beautiful looking opener. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights. We love to see that for our lifters. Anthony Fuchetto coming up next. He is also opening with 125 kilos, which is 275 and a half pounds. See, now I'm curious to see what his belt says. Is that a sticker or is that a logo on the belt?
I don't know. I can't really see it.
It's a little bit too far away.
A lot too far away.
It's okay. It's valid. It's a lot too far away. He's got that opener up. Let's see what the refs have to say on that.
This is kind of a rough opener. I don't know.
It did go a little bit slow. He got 3 white lights, though. The tricky thing with bench sometimes it's not necessarily the weight. Sometimes it's a combined effort of it's heavy, and you get a little misgroove in there. That one arm just does something a little wonky that you don't want it to be doing and kind of throws the whole thing off. So bench is one of those where that misgroove can be sort of a make or break. We have Reese coming up with 145 kilos, a 320-pound opener. Reese, who is another junior lifter. Reese is asking for a handoff. Mason, who has been designated the handoff spotter loader. Mason doing a nice job.
Well, one of our rules is that once you
start, you can't stop.
Correct. Once you start, you cannot change out a
Ooh,
wow,
that looked
wholly uneven lockout, Batman.
Yep. Ooh, it looks like he got called on something for. What do we think he got called out for?
I think what color were the cards? I didn't see.
Yellow. It was a yellow on the this side.
I think he repositioned his feet after he got the start command.
Ooh, that could be it.
I saw him move his feet. What's up, NUPL? You're good.
We have Lucas coming up next. Lucas is opening with 155 kilos, 342-pound opener for Lucas. Looks like Lucas is using his seconds to get himself set up on the bar. See, Lucas has a little bit more of an intricate setup on bench, which I find when you get a flight stacked with a lot of lifters who like really take their time, and there's no knock to it. I'm another one who really takes their time on getting set up for bench. It tends to make benching go a little bit slower. That was a beautiful opener though from Lucas. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights. We love to see it. We have Zach coming up, 165 kilo opener, 364 pounds. So Zach is another lifter here who is working to hit that qualifying total for Nats. So let's make sure we're cheering really nice and loud for Zach out there. Zach, who's also in bent bar powerlifting. Looks like he's got Jordan Crandall there handling him for the meet today. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights for Zach. Let's see now. I'm curious to see where Zach jumps to for a second attempt. But until then, we've got Ryan coming up. Ryan opening with 167.5 kilos, 369 pounds.
Dang.
I'm curious. Do you think we'll see a 400-pound bench today?
Well, the next guy up is 2.5 kilos shy.
Oh, so we might see a 400-pound bench
I would
today.
say, conservatively, that Anthony would potentially go 185 on a second. You see that little
There we go.
bobble on the chest? That's why he didn't get the press command right away.
Yep. But he's got 3 white lights, so it's a good lift for his opener. Looks like we've got some encouragement on YOLOing second attempts.
Yep. Called it. I mean, he's got to do it. And then he can either let it ride on thirds or, God forbid, repeat if missed.
Yep.
We don't want that, though. We want
is-
him to hit it.
This is for Leandro's deadlifts, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think we're going to
We're
see
just monitoring the chat and seeing what's going on.
We're going to see a YOLO for Leandro's second attempt deadlift, which, honestly, I love a good YOLO moment when it comes to deadlifting. We got Anthony's opener.
397. Oof.
He is almost at 400 pounds. Anthony, who is also here, attempting to get that qualifying total for Nats.
And I also believe he's self-handoff.
Oh, yes.
Let's see how this goes.
Ooh, that moved nice. A little bit slow, but I think it moved nice. I think he's got more in the tank. I think he's going to be good for that second attempt. I do know that Anthony's trying to cover what he needs on bench in that second attempt. So I think he might be good for it. And then we're back to the start. David coming in with an 85-kilo second attempt on bench. That's 187 pounds. Mason stepping in for the handoff. Mason looks like he's given some nice handoffs. I'm going to note that.
What the?
Wow, that was like...
This dude needs to put some weight in the bar. Come on,
yeah.
man. Let's go, Daniel.
Got Anthony coming up with 100-kilo, 220-pound second attempt on bench. Also, another shout out to our refs who are out there.
Who?
Our
Out where?
refs out there.
Nah.
He says. Anthony's got a little bit of a narrow grip, too.
Wife taking him. Get my snap on my pups. Like, I don't know where Buster is, but
That is a very cute pup, and it looks like that pup is about to have a great day.
she's going to the spa. She's going to get her nails done and get her bath on and all that.
Listen, I love that dogs love that. I have a cat, and we had to do that with her earlier this week, and I believe that the groomers called her Feisty.
Ooh, so she got a little scratched up, I'm assuming.
I believe, which scans for my cat Flower. She can be feisty, but she definitely needed the groomer.
Bella's a little skittish, so she basically planted her. Ooh,
let's see what the refs have to say on that.
That's probably going to be yellow because he hit the. I can't see it. Yep.
Yeah, yellow.
He hit the rack. He hit the upright. So it looks like you're rushing the actual thing when you really potentially didn't, but.
Patrick coming up with 110 kilos, 242 pounds. He's in the Teen 3, 90-kilo lifter.
Looks like Anthony put in exactly what I thought he was going to.
What did he put in 185?
Yeah.
There we go.
That leaves him with a very. Actually, if he gets it, it's a smart play. If he gets it, then he'll get the QT on his opening deadlift.
Yes, I believe in chatting with Jordan, I believe that's the game plan for Anthony. Patrick makes nice. That's a nice looking second attempt at 110 for Patrick.
And
That moved about the exact way I would expect a second attempt to move.
And if he misses, God forbid, then he could either change his opening attempt, which you can do,
Yep.
or take it and then go up to what he needs to make up for the shortcoming with the bench.
Yep.
If he has it. So
I think it's going to be an exciting day to see some of these lifters get those qualifying totals for Nats.
I think so. I'm digging it. Salt Lake City is going to be awesome. I can't wait.
I'll be watching from my classroom at school. I'll be watching from the band office at Schoharie.
And we're doing something a little bit different this year with Raw Nats. So nobody knows this yet. So I'm gonna leak.
Man. You are gonna leak. Okay, I thought you were going to leave us on a cliffhanger.
So we are going to combine platforms 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 onto 2 streams. So platform 1 and 2 will be on a stream, and platform 3 and 4 will be on a stream. So you don't have to worry about watching 4 different independent ones. And then when action is done on one, we can just move it to the single platform, and vice versa. So
that's smart.
We're doing it to conserve having to run so many streams because there's issues with bandwidth and whatnot, and it just makes sense. So, if you have, instead of having to have 3, maybe you got a bunch of friends and are all competing at the same time.
Yep.
You can have up 2 things instead of 3 or potentially 4.
Yeah.
And then when prime time comes, it's only one platform. So, and prime time we're having all stops, 8 cameras, I think.
8 cameras. Wow.
Yeah, 2 mobile cameras, and then 6 cameras around the platform.
Ooh, and it looks like he missed his second attempt there.
So feet again, maybe butt.
Maybe it might be butt too. That's feet and butt tend to be the culprits. With
I think I said
cards.
Danny pointing to his butt.
That's if you're out there, you're a power lifter, and you're ever thinking to yourself, you get a red light, and you're like, I wonder what happened. Take that extra 2 seconds on your way off the platform and ask that ref, and just be like, hey, can I ask why I got that light? We'll always tell you.
Now, when you're looking at the lights, explain to me which one is where. Do you know?
Are you talking about like which ref is which light?
Yep.
So the center light is the center ref.
That's your chief. Yep.
That's your chief ref. You've got, and then I've always assumed it's the light matches the side. So
Correct.
like this light here goes with
Left.
Danny.
No. Yes, correct.
Yes.
So left is left, right is
Yeah.
right, from the crowd perspective.
Yeah. So if you're standing there looking at the lights, if let's say it's that light on the far right that pops up as a red light, you would want to go over to. You can see him in frame there. His name's Danny. He's got his hand up, getting ready for the next lifter. You go over to him and say, like, hey man, do you mind if I ask why I got that red light? And he'll tell you, you had feet movement, up down motion of the bar, your butt came off the bench. That way you're better prepared for your next attempt or even your next meet if it's your 3rd attempt. You know some things to keep an eye on. We as the refs are always happy to help you with that.
You can get away with that at a local meet. When you get to states or anything above, they're going to instruct you to go to the jury.
See, I didn't know that.
Yes, because they should not be bothered because the meet needs to progress. You always, at a state meet, regional, national, international, for an infraction verification, always go to the jury.
There you go. So now you know that.
Or find out maybe you need to question the call, and you could do that on a 2-1 or 3-0. And a lot of people don't know this, that you could actually go to the table as an opposing coach for a 2-1 call that was good.
Oh, that's now, have you seen that happen
Yes.
often? Ooh.
Not often, but it happens.
That's now, have you seen it when it's happened? In your judgment, do you feel like it was justified?
So it actually happened at Equip Nationals.
Okay.
I forget what the call was, but we had a replay computer or replay screen at the jury table, and the jury actually overrode the decision.
Wow.
Yep. I don't remember. I don't remember what the call was, but we were sitting in the control room watching it, and they paused the meet for a second, and I could hear the live stream commentators were behind me talking, and they could see the jury because we actually had the camera on the crowd, and they could see the jury deliberating, and then the chief of the jury got up, walked into the scoring table, and had them overturn it. So it went from good to bad.
Ooh.
And that person was playing for place.
Oh, that's frustrating. But you know what, though? You got to lift to the high standard.
Yep. At a national level meet, you have to.
Yep. All right, so Zach is one of our lifters here who's working to get that qualifying total for Nats. He's jumped to 170 kilos, 375 pounds.
All right,
who's
Zach.
a member of Bent Bar Powerlifting. I got to make it a point to get a Bent Bar shirt to wear maybe in November under my singlet.
I've got to actually get some printed, so thanks for reminding me.
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
I have some, but they're buried right now.
That's all right. Let's see if Zach gets his second attempt. Let's be cheering him on.
You competing at Sincere?
I am competing at Sincere.
Okay, what happened before that? Wow.
Ooh, that was
wow.
a nice. I think that might have looked faster than his first.
I'm going to agree with you on that.
That was, and it's interesting to watch because I know a lot of. Oh, look at Tosh. Tosh tried so hard. Even Jimmy had to give a little hop too to get it.
Well, just push it down.
Tosh, by the way, the spotter and loader who you saw just try and use her entire body weight to move that bar up.
Well, she weighs half of what that is.
It's true. She's a national record holder for deadlift.
Yep.
Fun fact about Tosh.
Range of motion's like 6 inches off the floor.
Hey, but you know what? She's using that height to the advantage.
Absolutely. Why not?
We have Ryan coming up. Ryan is taking 172.5 kilos, 380 pounds.
Go.
Oh, keep pushing. There it is.
Nice. Another uneven lockout, but that's fine.
That's all right. Sometimes one arm is just a little bit more cooperative than the other.
We do allow uneven lockout as long as the whole of the bar does not go down
Yep, that's all
on
that
its
matters.
on the ascent.
You got
Now
3
we're
white
going
lights on that.
40. We'll round it
Our
up 408.
First 400-pound bench of the day. Anthony Angelini going for 408 pounds.
Let's go, Ant. Molly's go.
You hear
Come
the
on.
crowd ramped up for Ant.
I thought Jordan was handling him. I guess not.
No, Jordan is handling him.
Oh.
I think Emma just popped out to cheer him on.
Oh.
I think Jordan's probably floating around somewhere where we can't see him.
See if this move's any better than his opener. Good.
Ooh, that
All
was
right.
another one that I
He's
think
done
that
benching today.
That moved, I think, a little bit. He's waiting to see the 3 white lights. Yes.
Wow.
Ooh.
All right. We are moving on to
Third attempt.
third.
220 pounds for a third attempt.
Keep forgetting to play with my transitions. Dang it.
That's Jan. Jan keeps missing the opportunity to throw that
It
third
happens.
attempt.
I have a second attempt one, too.
Oh, there we go. That'll be great for deadlifts. We can say
All right,
we'll save
do
them
that.
for deadlifts.
We'll do that. All right. Third attempt bench, our last bench up here in the greater Hudson Valley, New York, Kingston, New York, to be exact. Let's see what the weather is outside. Watch this.
It looks nice.
Watch this. Ready? I'm going to show you something.
He's gonna do something really funky.
Yep. You won't be able to see it, but that's okay.
Ooh, David, I'm curious to see. It looked like it moved okay, but he got a little stuck. 3 white lights, though. We love to see that.
Just to give you a little weather update
Ooh.
out there.
I will say, I think it's it says it's 76 degrees, and I kind of don't believe it. It's a little roasty toasty inside.
It's 77, so it gets close.
That's okay. Okay.
Close.
So it feels. I mean, it's warm inside, so
It's definitely a little toasty in here.
yes, it is a little roasty toasty. Oh, not quite for Jacob. That's all right. I got Anthony Otero coming up. He's taking 107.5 kilos, 237 pounds on the button for his third attempt.
It's like Jacob's going to get. Oh, I take it back. Yeah, he's going to get. He'll get his opener.
Anthony, who it looks like he's got a bit of a close grip again. I keep saying that for the lifters.
I don't think that's close. I mean, usually if his arms are straight up and down. I
like
don't think he's going to be able to
That's all
overcome
right.
that. Yep.
That was a good attempt on that 237. That's a big number to take for bench 237. We've got 115 for Patrick, 253.5 pounds.
Let's see. Let's go, Patrick.
Patrick takes the pinkies on the rings. I think I get thrown too in looking at it. I have kind of short arms, so seeing the pinkies on the rings makes, with people with longer arms, makes me think it looks a little bit close. Ooh, let's see.
As soon as he got that flare, he's done.
Yep,
It's unfortunate, but he'll get credit for a second attempt.
that's all right.
As soon as he had that little bobble with the elbows, he's done.
So we have Anthony Fuchetto coming up next with 130 kilos. 286.5 pounds. We have a lot of lifters today named Anthony. Anthony's getting himself hyped for his third attempt. Also like those socks. Are those donuts on those socks? We'll find
Maybe.
out in deadlift.
Yeah, they're not all the way up, are they? Wow,
Ooh,
nice
that
third
was-
attempt.
That was a perfect looking third attempt.
Yep.
Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights. Absolutely love to see it. Thomas coming up next. Thomas, who's one of our master's level lifters. 135 kilos for a third attempt for Thomas. 297.5 pounds. Let's see how Thomas does with 297.5.
Nellie's
he's
being
getting
forgiving.
It. He's getting it. He's getting it. Oh,
Sticking
no.
point down, gone. Damn. All right. Well, he will get credit for his second attempt as well.
It is. He will. Nellie is being. Usually Nellie's a little bit tough as that front ref. She wants perfect stillness of that bar.
That's I mean, as long as you're consistent.
Yep. We have Nathaniel coming up, 142.5 kilos. 314 pounds on the bar for Nathaniel. Let's see how Nathaniel does with this. He's a self lift off. Oh, he's getting it.
Wow, nice.
That was a nice third attempt. Let's see what the
Nice.
refs have to say.
Good lift. 3
There
white
we go,
lights.
3 white lights. Usually that third attempt lift, if we're going to see some booty coming off the bench or some feet movement when we're benching, usually the third attempt being that super heavy
Yeah, you're
RPE
maxing
way past 10.
over 100% of your efficient
Yep.
lifting capabilities, potentially.
We've got Reese coming up with 150 kilos, 330, almost 331 pounds for Reese. Reese, who is a junior lifter, that 20 to 23 age range in the 100 kilo class. Ooh, that looked like a long command on the chest. Let's see. Oh, he's fighting with that arm. Oh,
He had
Oh,
too
that was
many
so
up and
close.
downs there. He's like that ratcheting elevator motion.
we got Lucas coming up with 170 kilos for his third attempt. That's 375 pounds.
2 more deadlifts, squats, benches, something. I don't know. Man, I had to get up early.
That's all right. Jan did have to get up.
2 more benches.
Benches. You got it right the first time this time.
Then we'll have a 10-minute break.
And after that 10-minute break, it's time. It's party time, a.k.a. deadlift time. All right, let's see how Lucas does on his third bench attempt. Lucas, who is one of the lifters with a little bit more involved of a bench setup, that's okay. You have that minute out there before you get that start command. Some people are going to take close to or that whole minute to get there. Oh, it's moving, it's moving. Keep on pushing, Lucas. Keep on pushing. Lock that, lock. There it is. Ooh, but he looks like, oh, you could tell by the spotter's face as he missed the rack command.
Yep.
You could tell by, oh,
Another
here
one
comes Tosh again with the,
Another one that will get credit for their second attempt.
yes.
Our last bencher of the day.
Zach coming in with 175 kilos. So now again, Zach is here working to hit that qualifying total for nationals. So make sure, even if you're at home, actually I would assume all of you are at home and that nobody's watching the live stream from the audience.
You know, nothing would surprise me.
That's
Well,
the
I know there's people we have people that are at other meets.
That's true.
You know,
You
or
can-
working.
You can hear how loud that the audience is here cheering on Zach. Let's send him all those good vibes. Every inch of good vibes he got on his third bench attempt. 386 pounds, 175 kilos.
Wow.
Oh, not quite for Zach today, but that's all right.
That's okay.
How big of a jump was that from his second attempt?
5.
That was a 5 kilo. So you know what? That's an amount that Zach can cover on deadlifts. So let's hope he's got that for deadlifts. And on that note, it's
that time
for
again.
us to take a little pause. It's time for the spotters and loaders. They're going to take the Alico rack off of the platform, get the platform ready for deadlifts, and then once it's set up, we're going to get that 10-minute clock rolling. So we'll see y'all in about 10 minutes.
See ya. Welcome back. We are about to start the deadlift portion of the event.
Yes, we are. Welcome back. We'll be opening our deadlifts with a DT, who is a master's level lifter. She's going to be opening with 75 kilos. It's 154 pounds. We've got one of our spotters loaders right there. That's Mason. Mason is a regular lifter at ABC Iron. And his buddy Ryan right there. Ryan, another lifter at ABC Iron. And it is that time, friends. It is time for the powerlifting party to start. We are at deadlifts.
Let's go.
You'll hear Mike Perkins out on the mic say it. The powerlifting meet doesn't start until the first deadlift hits the floor.
I'm all hyped up on Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, you mean
No, that's
Monster?
wrong. Monster, sorry.
There we go. Jan's gets, that's all right, Jan. It's
I was quoting movie. Come on.
it's a caffeinated thing. It's fine. Hopped up on caffeine. Mason is jamming out there.
Well, we got a little Motley Crue on the radio, so
There we go.
Gino Light wanted to hear "Kickstart My Heart."
There you go.
You didn't laugh at that. Damn.
I'll be totally honest, Jan. I tuned you out a little bit. I
I
didn't
said
mean
Gino Light.
to. Did you just call poor Mike Gino?
I did.
Light?
I did.
Oh, Mike.
Mike's awesome. He's great.
He is
Love Mike.
absolutely awesome. Gino is also awesome. That's where actually we're very, very lucky to have such an awesome announcer be local enough to come to pretty much all of our like Albany adjacent meets.
Yep. And I got him involved with all the national stuff too. So now he's actually on the national stage doing
That's
it with
awesome.
Gino and who else. So
We have a DT coming up with her opener. It looks like she's got a Sisters of Iron singlet on.
you go.
That looked like a nice opener. Let's see what the refs have to say.
They say it was a good lift.
3 white lights. We love to see it. This looks a little bit complicated. I believe this is what we call what happens when we leave the goobers in charge.
I think we need a deadlift jack is what we need.
I do.
I don't
think
see
so
one
too.
there.
Mason, I mean, kudos to Mason for being willing to be the deadlift jack, but
They're going to run for it right now. I just saw.
oh, did
I
we
saw
forget the
Tosh run
deadlift
by.
jack? Uh-oh.
What's up, Maggie? Yep, that's what they're doing. Mason's the jack.
Mason can add that to his resume now. He can now put on his resume that he is a human deadlift jack. And he's doing a very nice job at it too.
Oh. Put it
there
down
we
now.
go.
Put it down now. Good Lord.
Mason's looking around for the actual deadlift jack.
Where is it?
There it is.
Hey.
Chuck has it. Chuck, who also has no shoes on. All right, we have Maria coming up with her opening deadlift at 120 kilos. That's 264 and a half pounds. So now you're going to start to see some of our lifters are not going to have that T-shirt on under their singlet anymore. For the deadlifts.
Which we allow now for
That
all
is-
male and female.
Yep, that is an optional thing for deadlifts. Some keep their shirt on. Some people take the T-shirt off. I usually keep the T-shirt on because I usually forget until it's about time for me to go out on the platform.
I'm not that vain.
See, it's not for me. It's not a vanity thing. I don't always love it when my shirt is touching my armpits. It's more of a sensory thing. Just to make sure all of you listening out there get the true taste of just how
Well, some people have that, that sensory thing, right?
it's sometimes on that upper body day I can feel my shirt touching my armpits. I don't love it. We have Francesca opening with 130 kilos. That's 286 and a
Nice.
half pounds. She did a nice job on that opener. We're going up in weight. We've got Mariah coming up next, it looks like. We're still waiting on the lights for Francesca.
There they go.
There we are.
I think it was our left chair.
they might be discussing. That is, we have Rosie over there with Danny, who's taking her referee exam. So they are
What's
probably
going on here?
discussing.
Just mark it. Gab, mark it.
Looks like the computers are being a little bit cranky. That's all right. The computers are having a little bit of a tough day. They're allowed to. What's Mason doing?
Why are we waiting? Just have the table mark it.
Oh, he's dusting off the bar.
What's the problem here? Oh, wait. I see what's happening.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I think we're off. Because, yeah. There we go.
Here we go. So it looks like the screen on the platform is caught up. My screen's still a little bit cranky. He's going to hit refresh on my screen. Let's see if that fixes it. We got Mariah coming out.
There we go.
There we go. Jan fixed it. Mariah's opening with 145 kilos, 320-pound opener. This is an outstanding opener for a first meet. Woo! She ripped that right off the floor. Not even a struggle in the slightest.
I was in the gym last week, and she was in there doing, looked like she was doing an SBD day. I'm like, don't you? I didn't know she was competing.
Oh, yes.
And she said, hey, I compete on Saturday. I'm like,
Yep.
Where? Oh, I'm at the Sportive Iron meet. Oh, no kidding.
Oh, yep. I see Mariah in the gym a lot. She's one of those people where she's awesome to watch lift. It's awesome to see her growing in her powerlifting and in general. And she's just a really cool, nice person too. Like, we love to see that in the gym. We love the powerlifting community being full of cool, nice people. Ooh, I like those socks that Amanda has on.
Those are
They have
bright.
SpongeBob. They do have SpongeBob.
What?
That's definite. I'm pretty sure I saw some SpongeBob on there.
My Lord.
Amanda's opening with 347 pounds, making it look like butter. Let's see if I'm right on the SpongeBob. It is
Yep.
SpongeBob. I love that. That's
Good
great.
Lord.
That is, I have to say, I will always give a big shout out to the lifters who wear fun socks for deadlifting. I love a good fun sock for deadlifting. Jan making sure we're all awake out there.
I
I don't
apologize.
need a Monster Energy drink. I just got Jan right here next to me,
Yeah.
keep me awake. We have Christian coming up next. He's opening with 375 pounds. Again, this is a teen lifter in the 67.5 kilo weight class. So this Christian is 14 or 15 years old, opening with pretty much 25 pounds off of 400. So I wonder if we're going to see him pull 400 today. That
Better.
moved fast. I would hope so. Young Chan coming up, jumping to 195 kilos, 430 pounds.
We'll probably see we'll see bigger jumps here too. We won't see the 2.5
Oh, yeah.
or we'll see 10s and maybe 15s, and I doubt we'll see 20. That'd be ridiculous, but
But you
definitely
never know.
7.5 more.
It might be a feisty time deadlifting.
Whoa, we got a 15.
Ooh, that's a pretty big jump.
We have a 12.5.
Yes. I usually try and add some 12.5 kilo jumps in my deadlifting in case.
If you open that
Occasion
conservative
arises.
and then just bang out a nice second.
Yeah. So I try and incorporate that. You'll see, I would guess a lot of these lifters taking big jumps incorporate those big jumps in their actual training.
Using hook on the smooth.
Using hook in general is impressive. My thumbs always hurt a little bit after seeing somebody with hook grip. We have Leandro
255.
opening
Oof.
with 562 pounds. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, we're going to see a pretty big second attempt from Leandro after this. So let's be cheering him on. Leandro is another lifter who is working towards that national qualifying total. So make sure we're cheering nice and loud for Leandro out there.
He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it. Will he have a total at this if he gets this? Jan's doing some math over here.
Yes.
So it looks like this is on deadlift 1. So long as Leandro gets this, he's got his QT. Another hook grip. Hook grip is so impressive to me. And that was faster than a hot knife through butter. And 3 white lights.
All right, we're going on to
Oh, Jan got to the...
Yay.
He got the graphic in there for everyone. All right, second attempt. Aditi coming in with her second attempt, 77.5 kilos. That's 171 pounds.
So based on based on my math, right? So
Jan's doing some math.
Leandro needed 625, right? So we take 625. His squat third was 240. His bench second was 140. He needed 245,
And what did he just pull for an opener?
255. So he
Leandro's got it.
and he's going up. He went up 10 keys.
Ooh, that was a nice second attempt from Aditi. It looks like I want to know what she has on her socks. Are those Mario socks? Now I'm see. I am a sucker for a good fun sock in deadlifting. Like I love to see like the matchy, but when it comes to the knee-high socks for deadlifting, the fun socks are always one of my favorite things to see. I will always encourage you. Fun socks for deadlifting.
Matchy.
We've got Maria coming up with 125 kilos, 275.5 pounds for her second attempt. Maria, who's a sumo puller.
Another one pulling from a smooth.
Let's
Crazy.
see what the refs have to say on that.
Good lift.
Good lift from Maria. Let's see where she goes for her third attempt. Francesca coming up 135 kilos for her second attempt, 297.5 pounds. Let's see how we do on the second attempt for Francesca. Ooh, she is excited to be out there. She's deadlifting in her squat shoes. I find that always so fascinating. I know a couple of lifters who like to deadlift in their squat shoes. Ooh, that was a nice second attempt. Let's see what the refs have to say.
Good lift.
We got 3 white lights for Francesca. We're on to Mariah. Mariah, who's jumping to 155 kilos, 342 pounds for her second attempt deadlift. Now, I believe Mariah's hit this in the gym or very close in the gym, so we're either getting close to or this happens to be a PR match. I did check in with her during the break. Her third attempt squat was, in fact, a PR.
Oh, good for her.
And this is Mariah's first meet.
One good thing about powerlifting is it's not just you against your competitive your competitors in your weight class or age division, but it's you against the bar.
You.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful second attempt. I want to see what Destiny puts on the bar for her for a third attempt, because I think that Mariah's got a lot of steam left in her for a third attempt.
She went up 10 kilos, so let's see if she jumps her to 165. We'll see.
That would be. I would love to see that for her.
My guess would be I don't know what she's done in the gym, but
I don't know, I'm trying to think too. I'm not 100% sure what her jumps look like in the gym, but we'll see. I'm sure Destiny's got that on lockdown. We got the SpongeBob socks. I love the SpongeBob socks.
What did I say? 165?
Yep.
Yep, locked in.
Perfect. Amanda's coming in. Speaking of 165, Amanda is taking 165 for her second attempt. That's 364 pounds. A nice looking second attempt for Amanda. Let's see what the refs have to say.
Good lift.
3 white lights. We love to see it. Christian coming in with 185. We got our first 400. No, we don't have our first 400
Yeah, we
pound.
do. 185?
Is this our first 400 pound? Leandro took more than that.
Oh, he opened it like 562.
Yes. So we're jumping into the 400s now. 407.85, 408 pounds on the bar for Christian.
But Leandro is also not a teen lifter, so
That's true. We have to bear in mind, Christian has got 408 pounds on the bar, and he's 14, 15 years old. And not only did he make that look nice and smooth, but he was nice and gentle with bringing the bar back down to the floor, too.
he doesn't know how strong he is yet.
He'll learn. I'm sure. I am sure that he'll learn. Young Chan coming up next, 212.5 kilos, 468.5 pounds. We got our spotters and loaders out there. Again, a big shout out to all our spotters and loaders who helped today. Looks like for deadlifts, we got Ryan, Mason, and Sam out there helping. We had Tosh and Olivia out there earlier, and Jimmy was out there.
Tetsuya.
was out there. We had a lot of help with that. Ooh,
Wow.
that was a nice second attempt.
We call that snappy.
Yes, that was. I think that was beyond snappy. I think that was schnappy.
Snappy? Okay. I can deal with that. Here comes Leandro.
584 pounds. I bet I feel my spidey senses are tingling that Leandro might go for 600 pounds for a third attempt.
I hope that Yuli shuts him down because he doesn't need it. And
That's
he's got
true.
5.5 weeks to continue a prep. So
I've kind of mentally blocked out how close Nats is.
yes.
Because
This is not the last weekend. Next weekend is literally the last weekend to set a QT, but you're really waiting for the last minute to do it, and
it could be a little dangerous.
it could be it's you're gambling right now because we've already paid. You might be out $180. Let's go, Leandro. Okay, that was easy.
That was snappy.
Shut him down. Shut him down.
Let's see what Yuli does. And we're on to third attempt. So we have a DT coming up. This is her third attempt deadlift, her final kilos, 182 pounds.
Well, nobody's listening to me back home, so it's all good. 280.
Listen,
Jesus. That's over 6. That's 7.5. That's 7.5 kilos over 6. So like 614, 617, 617.
looks like we're going to see a 600-pound deadlift in this session. Come on, Aditi. What's on her socks? I do want to know. It looks like they might be Super Mario socks. Yeah, that
Nice.
looks like a nice attempt. Let's see what the refs have to say.
Good lift.
3 white lights. I think, did Aditi go 9 for 9? She went 8 for 9.
Wait, hold on. Let's scroll up. Yep, 8 for 9.
8 for 9. We got Maria coming up next. She's taking 127.5 kilos, 281 pounds for her final attempt deadlift. Her last lift of the day. Her last lift of her first meet. This is Maria's first meet.
Don't over-exaggerate that lockout.
Let's see what the refs have to say.
Okay.
3 white lights. And we're going up to 137.5 kilos, 303 pounds. Francesca is going for a 300-pound deadlift for her third attempt.
Come on. There you go.
There
There's a
we go.
smile.
Let's see what the refs have to say.
Good lift.
3 white lights. We love to see it. We've got Mariah's final lift of her first meet coming up. She's taking 165 kilos. That's 364 pounds. Mariah, who is also, if she gets this, she'll be 8 for 9 today, which is an awesome achievement to do in your first meet. Coached by Destiny Breen over there, cheering her on. You could hear how loud. Everyone's cheering for her out there. Keep pulling, Mariah. Oh, that was... Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights. We love to see that. That's an awesome... I feel pretty confident that that last deadlift was a PR for Mariah. So she's walking away from this meet with at least 1, if not 2 PRs.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
That is an awesome thing, especially on a first meet. I always say to people, your first meet should just be about getting the vibe of the whole situation.
Set a starting point.
Yep. Amanda, 172.5 kilos, 380 pounds for her third attempt. She's a 60-kilo lifter, by the way. So this is almost 3 times her body weight. This is really close to that.
There's that
Look
smile.
at that smile. Look at that smile. 3 white lights.
Nice.
We love to see that. Amanda had an awesome meet today. Christian, 192.5 kilos, 424 pounds. As a 14-15 Teen 1 lifter, 67.5 kilos. This is a huge lift.
You know what that was
Huge
for,
lift.
right?
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
Yes,
good.
it looks
Yep.
like it is. It is. So this meet, we're going to see three different people drug tested, picked at random.
3 more lifts here, and then we're going to go into flight
Oh,
B.
yeah.
We are flying.
That was a phenomenal lift
It
for
is.
Christian.
Negative eccentric.
I was about to say, his eccentric in this meet, I think, looked better than my eccentrics on my actually programmed eccentric deadlifts. We've got Young Chan coming up with 220 kilos, 485 pounds for a third attempt. And then after Young Chan, we have Leandro, and then we're kicking off the second flight.
Let's go.
Let's see how Young Chan does on this. He's getting some hype from the audience. If there's somebody who's going to help you get hype, it's Mason. Ooh,
Wow.
that looked like a first attempt. 3 white lights.
Damn, good for him.
Here's Leandro, 617 pounds for his third attempt.
He had a perfect day. He scratched his third bench, but, I mean, we've had a couple of people go 9 for 9.
That's something that we love to see.
He went 8 for 8.
That's, yeah. But hey, if you scratch an attempt, going 8 for 8, that's impressive.
Mhm.
I know a lot of lifters who've been doing this a long time who have not gotten all their lifts.
I've only went 8 for 9.
I have not. I've done 5 meets and I have not ever once gone 9 for 9.
That tells me that you're just letting it all ride, and you have to, don't leave anything on
No.
the platform.
It's usually it's either that last deadlift or it's that last bench that usually gets me. 110 has been haunting me on bench for a while. Come on, Leandro.
For a female, bench is it's like it's a nemesis,
Oh yes. Oh, my bench and I are fighting right now. That's all right. That's all right. Leandro is locked in. He is ready to make lightweight of this. Come on, Leandro. Big cheers for him.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
3 white lights.
He's bringing the fight to the 75s.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
He hit that qualifying total, and then he went, you know what? I just want to make sure to that everyone knows that he's not going to the nationals to play. All right, they're getting the bar ready for David. We're about to kick off first deadlift attempts for our second flight.
So Leandro totaled 660 today.
What did he need for Nats?
6 1/4.
There you go.
Now, better question is, this is only going to help
Woo!
for next year.
That was fast. What's going to be?
705.
Ooh, that's
So he needs 45
big
more kilos.
jump.
Yeah. These things went up like in dramatic fashion.
yeah. That's I. In looking at it being on the heavier end of the women's side, I was looking at it and seeing that, like, they didn't go up quite as much as I was expecting to on the women's, and I'm using myself as a judgment call. But seeing how some of the men's went up, and honestly, some of the middleweight women's, it went up. They are making it super competitive, which is good.
We want battles. I mean,
Yep.
you don't. You're.
Ooh, I wonder if the refs are going to give Jacob that.
It would only be the chief that saw it.
See, so what I saw from here, and what I think Jan probably saw too, is that Jacob let go of the bar before it was on the ground, and that's
Exactly
one
what
of
I
the.
saw.
That was that's a no-no in the powerlifting world. You want to make sure, and it looks like Danny's telling him, make sure you don't let that bar go too soon. You go down with the bar.
Did he pull him aside?
He did. Yep, I
Okay,
can see
good.
him talking to him right now.
He didn't call him on it, so I don't know.
He didn't. He's also, I believe, Jacob's a younger lifter, so it could just be a very simple piece of he quite might not have known, might not have realized. There we go. That looked like a good lift for Patrick. I also think, too, sometimes when you're in the gym, if you're sort of out of that powerlifting circle in the gym, there's become a growing culture of kind of yeeting the bar back at the ground when you're done deadlifting, and it's not a thing we want to take into our powerlifting meets.
Yep.
Anthony Otero coming in with a 185 kilo opener, 408 pounds. There we go. Ooh, he had a nice eccentric down there too. I want to know what his socks say. What do his socks say on them? He's got kind of fun socks on.
It could say just living large or something. I don't know.
Could be. It could be. Nathaniel coming up with 187.5 kilos, 413 for an opener. That looked like a warm-up. That moved nice and fast. The refs gave that 3 white lights. That was a beautiful-looking opener. Here comes Thomas with a 200-kilo opener. We're at 441 pounds. Thomas, who's a conventional deadlifter.
Shout out to all those conventional deadlifters.
Yep. Ooh, it looked like Thomas moved his foot, which I might have imagined that. I might not have imagined that.
But did he? Yep.
Yeah, it looked like he did.
Yep.
He moved his foot.
Everybody saw it.
Yep.
That's the trials and tribulations of being a tall dude, and can't really hide that with the weights.
Yep. We have Anthony Fuchetto coming up, 215 kilos, 474 pounds for his opener. Anthony, who is in the junior lifting class, the 20 to 23, and in the Raw Open as a 100-kilo lifter. Oh, he's pulling. He's pulling. There it is. He gets it past the sticking point. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights for
Good
Anthony.
lift for him.
That looked a little tough for an opener, though. That looked more like a second attempt, but that's all right. Deadlift is one of those where it might have grooved a little bit funky or something like that. We have Reese coming up next. Reese is opening with 235 kilos, 518 pounds. Reese, who is another junior level lifter. Reese, who it looks like is going sumo. Reese, who also looks very tall.
He is very tall.
That moved really nice as an opener for Reese. Let's see what the refs have to say.
Good.
3 white lights. We love to see it. Lucas, 270 kilos for an opener, 595 pounds for an opener.
Everything after this is going to be north of 600 pounds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And my guess would be that Lucas will also be doing the same.
Oh, yeah. I think we're about to see a whole bunch of 600-pound deadlifts today. We already saw one.
Good
First
point.
light.
Good point. Yeah, good point.
Luke is another sumo deadlifter. I always give a lot of credit to the sumo lifters. I know people like to ramble on about their feelings on sumo, but I've tried sumo before, and I just can't quite get into the position well.
It's not for everybody.
No.
If you have hip issues and whatnot, it's not good.
No,
That's why I couldn't do it. It was good for my body.
I am a conventional girly all over the way.
All right, we got Zach McCard coming up here.
Our first 600-pound deadlift of the flight. Zach opening with 272.5 kilos.
Literally 601.
600, to be super exact, 600.76 pounds.
Oh, we'll round up. Because it's over 0.75.
We do round up. I like to round up. I know our announcer, Mike Perkins, is not a round up person, but
That's
like to
on him,
round
though.
up. That is.
Man is bathed in baby powder.
That means he's going to have no stickiness on his legs.
Nope. But he was sweaty when I saw him earlier.
He was very sweaty.
Oof.
It is roasty toasty in there.
Well, it's roasted toasty everywhere.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a nice opener for Zach. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights. We love to see it.
Good for him.
All right, so we have Anthony Angelini coming in with 295 kilos, a 650-pound opener. Now, if I'm correct, if he gets this opener, he has hit his qualifying total for Nats.
Yep, and he better be done.
Yep, so I would brace for impact because I feel like if he gets this, once those white lights pop up,
It's going to get a little loud.
it's gonna be very celebratory in
But
there.
people don't know that unless they're being told by us, because
yes.
Mike doesn't know that. So
Oh no, Mike doesn't know that.
No.
So there's gonna be a lot of celebration in there. So everybody root nice and loud for Anthony.
Oh wait a minute. Maybe they did.
Oh, maybe Mike might have told them.
Crowd got loud.
Oh, yes. I think a lot of people out there know what Anthony is here for. Where's his tall socks? Uh-oh.
That's a good call, actually, and nobody's paying attention to it. Literally nobody's paying attention to it.
Nope.
Except for us.
Yep.
I'm going to have to go screw with him.
Oh,
Say he's got to take it again. I'm going to overturn it.
Oh, let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights.
I'm going to go
He
screw
did
with
it.
him. I'll be right back.
Oh, yes. Okay. Jan's going to go. Looks like Anthony's going to nationals in a couple weeks. Jan's going to go mess with Anthony a little bit. I'm sure he'll report back as to the response on that. But kudos to Anthony for hitting that total. I know, and seeing him in the gym, he's another ABC iron lifter. He's also bent bar. He has been working his booty off to get this total for Nats. So a huge kudos to Anthony for that. We have Ryan, 305 kilo opener. I bet we're going to see a 700-pound deadlift from Ryan today. I can feel it. My spidey senses are telling me that. 672 pounds. Let's see how this moves for Ryan. Fast, super fast. With the purple Converse, I love the purple high tops. 3 white lights for Ryan. I have deadlift slippers for deadlifting, but I am a yellow high tops girl when I do my squats. So I love to see the high tops. We have David coming in with attempt number 2. We're starting second attempts. David's going to 150 kilos. That's 330, almost 331 pounds. He's in the raw teen 2 division, so that's 16 to 17 years old. So David is still high school aged. Maybe if he's 17, he might be done with, graduated from high school, but he's in that high school age range, junior, senior, summer, before freshman year of college, after senior year of high school age. And he makes that look like an empty bar. David's been pulling at like RPE 6 and moving weight at RPE 6 today. He is doing a phenomenal job. I am excited to see where David goes with powerlifting and sort of what weight he can move. Oh, Jan's got a smirk on his face. He's come back. He's got a little smirky smirk on his face. Curious to see how this went down for Jan.
He was a little disbelief. He didn't believe me. But then I pointed down at his socks. And then he's a referee,
Oh, yes.
so he knows. And I'm like, so I'm going to have to overturn your first attempt because the referees were not paying attention because they were so enamored at you getting your QT for raw Nats.
Yep.
But all 4 referees there missed your socks being up. So I'm going to nullify it, and you have to take it again as your second. It's like, what? I just had to mess with him.
Oh, that's, yeah. We like to mess with our own sometimes. Although I feel like Anthony probably, his heart dropped into his stomach at that point in time.
Oh, he did.
We have Patrick here coming in with 391 pounds second attempt. Patrick is a teen 3 lifter, 18 to 19 in the 90 kilo class, making lightweight of that 391. Let's see what the refs have to say. That's again with the hands coming off the bar a little bit too soon. It looked a little throwy to me. I think that would be one of those where I would pull him aside and be like, hey, just stick with it.
Stay with the bar until it's done moving.
Yes. It is. It's something where, and I say this with all of the love in the world, it's something where when I lift in outside of ABC Iron, a lot of the younger crew likes to sort of toss the bar down when they're done deadlifting, and it's a bad habit all around, but it's a
learned behavior that can come back to bite you in the butt.
Yep. It's a unsafe thing to do in a meet. So Anthony Otero making light work of 192.5. Nathaniel coming in with 197.5 for a second attempt.
Oh, I forgot my second attempt things. I had another
second
agenda.
attempts.
It's okay. It's all good.
That's Jan had to go poke some fun at Anthony a little bit and rile him up a little extra.
It's all good.
I'll make sure to give you the heads up when we're on third attempt so you can get the graphic going.
Much appreciated. Got Nathaniel here with
Beautiful
435.
second attempt.
That boy better jump over 200 keys.
Oh, I hope so. I could definitely see him taking 205. Did I predict? I would say 202 or 2.205.
I didn't see Thomas's opener here. I don't remember it. What happened? Oh,
So
did he move? Oh, he moved his feet.
He moved his foot in his
That's
opener.
right.
Yep.
That's right. I stand corrected. I did see it.
Yes. It's one of those. Sometimes you're deadlifting and you get a little off kilter.
Or
and
the
that
bar's
foot
too
moves
light and you just flows you back.
Yep.
That's way better.
That was a beautiful second attempt. Let's see what the refs have to say. 3 white lights. We love to see it.
I mean, if your foot comes up, heel or toes, it's fine. But if you lift the whole thing or move it backwards, you're done.
Yeah, that's what it looked like it happened from this perspective when on his first, that his foot scooched back a little bit. I think he probably just lost his balance a smidge.
It happens.
It happens. It's all right. That's why we get 3 attempts.
Yep.
When one of those goofy things happens, we can come back and fix it. Anthony Fuscetto is not playing based on the way he just came out to the bar. He is ready. He is about to make lightweight of 490, and I bet he takes 500 after this, depending on how this looks. Wedging into the bar, getting a really nice grip on it. Big brace, big pull. Come on, Anthony. Come on. Come on.
I think that looked a lot like his opener, was it not?
That did. So you sometimes get that with lifters. You get people who the bar moves the same speed no matter what weight, like after a certain weight.
Yep.
It's a tricky thing. I see that a lot. Reese is coming in with 240 kilos, 529 pounds. Reese, who is another junior lifter, the 20 to 23 range.
Bar is loaded for Reese.
Reese, who is another tall lifter. I believe he's sumo.
He jumped 15 kilos from his opener.
I think his opener looked nice, if I remember.
Doesn't really wedge into he starts really high on the bar, which I mean for a tall guy it is what it is. But
Yeah.
we're jumping right into 600 pounds.
Yep. Lucas is coming in with 622. 623 if we want to round up. I like to round up. Unless I'm putting it onto my spreadsheet for programming, then I don't usually round up. Sorry, Jordan.
Does he give you stuff in pounds or kilos?
He gives it in pounds. I lift most of the time
Wait,
at ABC
so
Iron.
he prescribes weight? Or not
He doesn't
RPE?
prescribe. He prescribes RPE
Okay.
with suggested weight, but then I have back downs that are percentage based off of top sets. So
Okay.
that's where the wonky numbers
All
come
right.
in.
Okay.
He'll give me recommendations. Like he'll be like, "Hey, this moved great. Take it up to between here and here," or he'll be like, "This moved like hot steamy garbage. Don't take it up too far or repeat it."
Hot, steamy garbage.
He doesn't say hot steamy garbage, but he did say one of my benching, which I forgot to forewarn him, was a little. I think he called it spastic looking or chaotic looking, which scans for me.
Wow.
That was a nice second attempt for Lucas. Zach coming in with 628 for his second attempt. Dustin off the bar.
Two more attempts, and we're on
to
our final
thirds.
pulls for the day.
It's It's not even 1 o'clock yet.
I figured 1:15. I called 1:15.
Yeah, I think you'll probably be good for that to start. I would say maybe 1:30 by the time all the dust settles, the literal and figurative dust.
Get into the award ceremony and all
Yes.
that.
We have Zach McHarg on his second attempt. Mason spotting him. Mason, who is coached by Zach McHarg, as well as Ryan, who's off to the side somewhere, two of our spotters.
Oh, I think he's done.
I think he's
He's done.
that's all right. He tried his hardest. That's all we can ever ask is to try our hardest. Ryan, I was right. Ryan's coming in with 722 pounds. Our first
Ryan's a puller.
700-pound deadlift of the day.
Ryan
on
is a puller.
second attempt. And he's a junior nonetheless.
I'm pretty sure he's pulled more than this.
It is only a second attempt, so it's a lot of red plates on the bar. And again, I love the purple high tops. I am a sucker for a fun pair of Converse.
Wow.
Ooh, that looked like a phenomenal second attempt. I'm a little scared to see where he goes with attempt number 3 because that looked
At regionals last year, he
spectacular.
pulled 345.
How much is that in pounds?
7. Almost close to 8.
You said 345?
Yep. 770? 762?
760.5.
Oh, that's close.
And we're on to third attempts. We've got Jacob coming up with 155 for his third attempt. That's 342 pounds for Jacob.
I missed it.
Oh, I forgot to warn you, Jan. I'm sorry.
I'm not doing it.
I'll take like 20% of the responsibility for that.
Oh, man.
You want to know what you could do is you could do it before everyone's third final.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that. Not happening.
Everyone gets the third attempt. We're getting lots of shout outs here in the chat.
Thanks for the kudos. We appreciate it. It's a labor of love.
We have David coming in with his third attempt, 375 pounds. That looked like a good third attempt. I think that might have been the highest RPE that David's moved a weight today. I think David is got a lot of steam in him and is going to do some really awesome and cool things in powerlifting. And I think he's going to be somebody to keep an eye on.
Stay healthy, David. That's the only way for longevity in the sport.
Make sure you do your mobility, David.
Yes.
That is something
Find a good PT.
as I age closer and closer to masters, I'm learning.
By the way, he went 9 for 9 too. By the way.
Oh, that's awesome! Congrats to David for that. That's got to be a good feeling. We have Patrick coming up, 190 kilos for his third attempt. Patrick is in the teen 3, 18 to 19, 419 pounds on the bar here for Patrick. That was a beautiful lift for Patrick. And he stayed with the bar nicely. Oh, I love to see that when they stay with the bar. 3 white lights. Anthony Otero going for 200 kilos, 441 pounds.
Oh, the anticipation here.
Oh, yes.
We're getting down to the last final handful of pulls.
How many pulls do we have left?
7.
7 pulls.
Don't celebrate till you get it all the way up to the top. I don't want him to be a little.
Oh yeah. 3 white lights. We love to see that. I'm going to guess based on his face that might have been a PR or close to a PR pull for Anthony.
Probably.
We got Nathaniel coming up. Nathaniel's taking 205, 452 pounds. Nope, looks like I have a feeling they're grabbing our last 2 for the drug testing.
hush comes over the crowd.
Oh, Nathaniel and me.
Ah.
Oh, let's see what the refs have to say, but I'm not.
That's going to be blue cards all the way.
about to say.
That was a
That
up and
looked
down.
like-
Wow, we
Ooh, we
got
got all 3 cards. That's
tasting a rainbow here.
yeah. That's a little bit of hitching, a little bit of up and down. That's all
His
right.
knees weren't locked out. I mean,
Yeah.
call it what you will. It was all the above.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That's all right. That's what third attempts are for. Third attempts are to see
And by the way,
push.
If he got that, he would have went 9 for 9 as well. So again,
Ah.
another 8 for 9 day.
Hey, 8 for 9 is awesome.
Yep.
Here comes Thomas. Thomas is taking 474 for his final attempt.
He went up 5 kilos. Very
Oh,
conservative
he's
jump.
getting that is based on that lift. It looks like that was a good idea.
Yeah. I
Looks
would
like
I
he
would agree.
Knew his sticking point. He got 3 white lights, which is awesome. So how did Thomas do for today? Is he 8 for 9?
No, 7.
7 for 9. That's all right too. We have Anthony Fuchetto coming in at 501 pounds, 227.5.
And now we start to climb to well over 700 pounds. And Ryan put in 350.
Ooh,
Well,
Ryan
Who
is
was
going for
right?
it. You can see how badly Anthony wants this. He's going to lock it in. Cheer loud for Anthony. Cheer loud for Anthony. Keep pulling, Anthony. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Grind it out, Anthony. Grind it out. Oh. Oh, that is.
He
He tried
Fingers.
his hardest. Yep. And that's.
when your grip kicks you in the butt.
It's the grip, or it could even sometimes a little bit of everything starts to get a little black around the edges, and you start to.
Was he on the verge of passing out, you think?
I don't know.
That's something I've never experienced. Maybe it's because I've never pushed myself to that point.
No, that happened to me at States. My last attempt, it was going up, and then everything started to get really dark, and I was like, I don't feel like scaring everyone that bad today. I'll save that for another meet.
I'm a sandbagger through and through, but
You could tell that was an RPE 10 for Reese. Let's see what the refs have to say.
get a little hip shift. Where's our chief? Our chief needs a.
Oh, they're being oddly quiet. Where are our refs on this one?
I don't know. There we go.
3 white lights. Go Reese. You got Lucas coming in with 300 kilos, 661 pounds for a third attempt for Lucas.
We got 661. We've got 661 and then 771.
That is, wow.
We're just gonna slam on another red, essentially.
Yeah.
Or a pair. Or I take change off, red on.
Yep. And hook grip nonetheless. My thumbs just hurt thinking about hook grip. Keep pulling, lock it out.
Oh, that dip is gonna hurt him, I
Oh,
think.
it is going to hurt him. And those knees looked a little.
Wow.
Oh, 2 white lights.
Okay. We saw it, but he got it. So whatever.
So that's all right. Hey, it's what the refs see.
This is our final pull of the powerlifting meet.
This is the time to really cheer from home. 350 kilos, 700, and this would be a PR for him. You said he pulled 345.
Yeah, 340. It's a 5 kilo PR. I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure that he didn't do that before.
Jan's got the stats.
He's never
pulled up.
pulled. He's only pulled 345.
All right, so this is going to be a massive PR for Ryan. Pulling 770-something pounds in the junior. That's bananas. And hook grip. Whew. All right, everybody, cheer nice and loud. Come on, Ryan. Come on. Come on. Ah, not today.
Oh, man.
That's all right. That is all right.
All right, so let's wrap this up. This has been an awesome event. My name is Jan Dario.
I'm Alex Cloriotis. Alex sort of powerlifts.
And we thank you folks for tuning in today. We are going to end this event on a high note. We New York's still got a bunch of meets left for the state. We've got, let's see, I think there's one in Buffalo next month. There's a couple. We have Utica in September. We have, I think there's something in, we've got Colon Classic in October.
Sincere in November.
We've got Sincere in November. We've got Squats and Science in November. We've got a bunch of stuff. I think there's probably like 6 to 8 meets left for the year. So if you're looking for a powerlifting meet, I'm sure there's some that are still open. With that, we are going to wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed the show.
Have an awesome rest of your weekend.
We will see you at the next event.
Oh, yes, we will.